Welcome to We Love to Hate Everything. I'm Jody, and along with my long-distance bestie Amanda, we live to break down all the things we love to hate. Each week, we scour TV, TikTok, and pop culture and deliver you our unfiltered, snarky takes on everything. Take a moment to subscribe on YouTube so you catch all our live streams and shows, and follow the links in the banner to subscribe to our free weekly podcast and 2 Patreon shows, We Love to Hate TV and Total Request Podcast, where you request the shows and we break them down. Once subscribed, you have instant access to our massive library of hundreds of past shows and recaps. We promise you'll love it. And listen, we're all friends here, so let us hear from you in the comments. We love getting to know you, and we hope you enjoy the show. All right, let's go. Hello, and welcome to We Love to Hate Everything.
Hey,
I'm
guys.
Jody.
I'm Amanda. Sorry, we started a couple of minutes late. I got a full 360-degree view of Jody's living room.
Yeah, normally I'm in my office,
lighting.
which apparently everyone thinks I'm just sitting on the toilet going at it, but it's not. It's my office. But I have a bunch of crap in there because I'm cleaning out my basement. So, I mean, you know how big my office is. It's a whole 5x7. It's pretty big.
Well,
So,
okay.
I'm
Yes,
camping out
I'm
my
getting my
dining room.
entire basement redone
Okay, I'm
on
getting
a
it
single income
finished
salary
so that I can
somehow.
get the appraisal, so I can get PMI off my house. It's a whole grown-up,
Oh, okay.
boring thing. It's not. It's a 420 square feet of finished space. What?
Well, I mean,
It's like that's like an eighth of your entire condo, Amanda.
oh, is that
Come
a
on.
telescope at the window behind you there? What's that thing sticking up there?
That's an orchid.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a little telescope. This is
That-
fascinating.
Sorry. So I'm sorry, guys. I mean, there could be a lot of hubbub going on. I got kids home. I have furniture in the middle of the room, and Scout's probably, I'm sure she's going to be in and out, and barking at people. But listen, we're here.
Are the kids going to make
Yay.
an appearance?
There's a good chance. There's a good chance you might hear some popcorn popping in the in the kitchen.
Glass breaking.
There's gonna be like spoons clinking and cereal bowls, but it's a real Janelle house over here.
Oh, you don't have an apron on, Jody.
Oh, I don't. Oh gosh, where's my trusty Janelle? I grabbed my Meri shirt, but I got another Meri shirt too. Can I show you what I'm wearing
Yeah.
for part A of our episode?
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is
I'm not
very
changing
Meri.
today. Oh, yeah, because she likes to do all those like daily affirmation posts.
Yeah. I feel
Where it's like,
very,
okay,
very
Meri, you're miserable.
yeah.
And I'm not
Wake up and
changing today,
slay.
but spring is coming. March is coming. So I put up some little, what are those, daffodils? Flowers. Daisies.
These I think are, what are those?
Dandelions. They
I
kind of
think
look
they
like
are
little weeds.
dandelions. I was gonna say
Okay,
they're
well,
not
either
black-eyed
way.
Susans, but
I'm liking the color.
Yeah.
But here we are. We had a big week of what? You saw some shows?
I did actually. I saw a little show you may be familiar with. Les Misérables. Don't you dare roll
You're
your
sending
eyes,
my ticks
Amanda.
into full. Oh, by the way,
Don't
guys,
you
in
dare.
about half an hour, Jody has to take over for about 3 minutes while I go and accept a beer delivery. Don't worry, it's not for me. It's for my cousin who's helping me move my couch downstairs. We had to reschedule. And of course, Auntie Debbie's coming, Amanda.
The woman
So I'm giving him a case of beer.
loves working time and a half on the weekends. I mean, it's like she
She's
lives
bringing her
for it.
dog too. Marigolds. Thank you, Holly O'Brien. See, that's what you
Yeah.
guys keep us honest here. But anyway,
Yeah.
so I'll leave at some point soon, and I'll
Mhm.
be back as soon as possible. I don't know anything about beer, so I just picked something.
What's the name of it?
I don't know. I think it's Canadian. What did I get?
Oh boy.
Let's see.
Did you get like Natty Light or something?
No.
Okay.
Okay, I got. Can I look at my goddamn order? I got
Ugh.
River Valley Session IPA 12-pack.
Okay. I know nothing really about
Okay.
beer.
Well, it sounds good, and it has it had the highest alcohol content.
Oh, well, there
Sure,
you
that
go. That's all you need.
Okay, So, okay, what else? Oh, quickly before we start talking about Les Mis and everything, let's just talk about how dare I? I think I've earned my hatred of Les Mis.
I know.
Coming up this week, well, actually, last week we did on Love to Hate TV on our Patreon. Go join or join. Maybe wait till Thursday on the 1st, because then you get the most bang for your buck. But we did Sister Wives season 6 episode 4, Odd Wife Out, and then we did no, you got it. Then we did on TRP and Tier 1 of Love to Hate TV. We did Buffy the Vampire Slayer: The Body, which was a somewhat controversial episode.
A talk about medical protocols. I mean,
everything I've known about
was
crime
egregious.
scene investigation just like went out the window. I was like, "You're doing everything wrong. You're contaminating the crime scene." Oh yes, leave the body with the underage
eyes wide open. Yeah,
they never close their eyes.
Like, well, it's an aneurysm. I can tell you that much.
They do. He does 2 chest compressions, and then he's like, "She's cold. I'm calling it."
Like, she's cold as ice. She's been here for days.
But this coming week,
we gotta take another call. Yeah. You just get yourself like a
hang out with the body,
water, chill out.
Yeah. This week on Total Request Pod, we're doing High School Musical, the series, the pilot. But it actually looked it up. It kind of looks like it might be fun. It's like a mockumentary, and it's about like the school. Ow! What the fuck?
Oh my God! Jesus Christ! I thought I did it. Right when I put that photo up, you screamed. I thought you got mad at me.
No, Latrice is down here, and she just reached up and clawed me right in the stomach. What a bitch! I don't even know why she did that.
Put her down. I mean, I've been saying this. Like,
God, it's about the school where High School Musical was filmed. So High School Musical exists in this world, like the movie, and I think it's about them putting on the production of the musical. So that might be fun.
Oh, okay.
As long as it's Disney Channel, but as long as it stays kind of, ironic, then I might like it.
I would still love for us to do Bug Juice someday. Anyone know Bug Juice? It was like one of the OG reality shows. It was kids at summer camp, and I know it sounds lame, but there was a hot camp counselor named Rhett, and he was like, of course, he's like super hot and Southern and like, whatever. But anyway, it was a great show. I definitely like binged it in college.
In college.
If you know Bug Juice, you know Bug Juice.
And then this week we have High School Musical, the series, of course, again, on Tier 1, Love to Hate TV, and Sister Wives. We've been waiting for this one, guys. Season 6, Episode 5, Christmas Countdown. The picture. This is the infamous Carmel episode.
Okay, hold on. I put the photo up here.
Oh God, I hope
or did you add it?
I
did. Okay, hold on.
Okay,
hold
but
on.
the picture, like, just. Oh, is that what it is?
Okay, listen, I looked for the one in the shop, and it's. I think the shop just like wiped it clean from the internet because they did not want to be involved. But there is one of Janelle in her trusty apron.
Yeah, that's like the main cover on Discovery Plus is her and her apron. And I feel like when Janelle wears an apron, she just puts it over her head and doesn't bother to tie it because it's always kind of just flapping around. Who owns an apron?
Oh, probably because you're so tiny. You're like, oh, I'm just swimming.
I have to take it around 3 times. No.
Oh, yeah, but they like put it in the back and then wrap it in the front. I've done that before, and it's like, barely, like a little bit.
You just have to double knot it because you can't even.
It's like fingies pulling the ends of those.
Yeah, you gotta get some in there. Yeah. Smash that like, by the way, guys, and also subscribe. Right. This is the low season for us, but I can feel Sister Wives hot in our heels. We're coming up on spring. I feel like they'll release it next season. What else? Okay, but tell us about Les Misérables.
Okay, so
you got there on time this time, so that was good.
We got there on time. Listen, last time it was just it was like a trifecta of horrible things. Don't even Forest. Here we go with the dogs. Here it goes. Here we go. I gotta close the door. Okay, so go with your friend. Jesus Christ.
This is chaos.
God, This is a big mistake. Huge. All right. So Paige is super into musicals. We're going to see Book of Mormon, but this was like her birthday present. Last time when we went to Dear Evan Hansen, Amanda, it was the trifecta of there was Dear Evan Hansen. It was the Sunday before Thanksgiving, and like the Christmas market was going on, and like they were lighting the trees, and it was, you know, Saturday matinee, Amanda. And the biggest thing that threw us off was there was apparently a Bluey live.
Oh, Bluey.
Yes. And that's what fucked it up. So there was a huge traffic jam backup in the parking garage. Like we were within stone's throw of the theater, but we could do nothing. And that was like 45 minutes. But anyway, we got there on time. We're looking forward to seeing your friend as Valjean.
My acquaintance. He's my acquaintance, but he would know my name.
Okay.
I mean, who could forget the name Amanda Kaczynski? It's like the worst name ever.
Pooch. So what was his name? Nick Cartel.
Cartel.
Oh, Paige is awake, guys.
It's a party.
Jeez. Okay, hopefully there's other moms who are watching this who are like totally understanding the situation.
My stomach has a mark on it that is like bleeding. Her nail went into my stomach and went back out. I felt it enter. Yeah. Little spot of blood.
Dude, this is gonna end like the Buffy episode. You're just gonna be like,
Auntie Debbie and my cousin are gonna walk in. There's gonna be a case of beer on the table, unopened.
And this is how they're gonna respond. Amanda. Walk to go get cordless telephone. Make cordless telephone. The beauty of a cordless is that you can leave the room with it. But she calls 911
from the kitchen. Over it. I thought it was
stays in there. Okay.
All right. Okay, so continue.
Huge geller head. Anyway, okay, so it was great. We didn't get to see your buddy because the understudy was Valjean, but he was great. Highlight of the show. Well, I mean, of course, I was like sobbing during all like, you know, the big songs. And I was picturing you as Fantine. And then I was like, oh, my bébé. And then it was like, ugh, I was crying more. But near the end of Act 1, Valjean, they have him like in the spotlight. And he's like, ugh. And proud mom moment. Lights go up for intermission. And Paige says,
so no offense to this guy. I don't know what his name is, but I kind of thought he looked like a little person.
She goes, no offense to this guy, but like he kind of looks like a little person. I was like, oh, you have like, I passed on the gift to you. I was thinking the same thing.
Is Paige just like sitting off to the side watching this happen?
She's in the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's like a talk show guest.
Yeah, like she's like what is it? Regis and Kathy Lee. What was the guy's name? Gelman. Yeah. She's Gelman. Anyway,
or she's like a Paul from David Letterman. Paul
Schaefer. Yep.
Pages Paul Schaefer.
God. Anyway, it was a great show. It was really, really nice, and it wasn't too cold out. Someone took our picture in front of the marquee outside because Paige allowed it. Normally she doesn't let me, and then we get into like a little mom-daughter tiff, like you're embarrassing me. But we're feeling good. So yeah. Did you see my little pun I made?
I don't know.
The photo?
No. What'd you say?
Oh. I put a post up and it said at the end of the okay, so I was wearing like cropped pants and like little heelsies. Hey, can you let the dog in? And I said, at the end of the day, my ankles are colder than the chick in the back without covered thighs.
Oh, I saw
in like
that.
a mini skirt bent over. You didn't get it.
I didn't get the end of the day reference.
What? You are Miss Les Mis. How do you not get that?
At the end of the day was the most stressful part for me because that like Fantine enters halfway through that. So that would like the part of them actually singing that would be me like scrambling because I always start getting ready later and later and later, and I'd have to put my mic pack on under my wig and then a wig cap and then dress, and then it was just and then I had to underdress like a whole bunch of shit and then a dress over it and then a big wig and I had to preset my short wig. It was just a lot of scrambling around that if I was more responsible I wouldn't be freaking out. But anyway.
Now let me ask you this: when you were brown hair, green vest,
yes, in Act 2, yes.
Did you have to Or no, I take it back. When they cut Fontine's hair,
Yeah.
were you like buzzed, or did they give you like a cute little lob?
Oh no, I looked insane. I can probably find a picture of it.
Please.
I'll look at my
Okay, well,
Facebook.
this chick got like, she looked like cute. She looked snatched.
Well, I did not look snatched. I looked
Oh,
busted.
okay. Well, she looks super cute. I was like, she actually looks good with shorter hair. Like they did her a favor. I thought it looks great.
right.
Anyway, so it was fantastic. I loved it. Little awkward scene with that one line, babe.
Which one?
We will not be slaves again. Like little too.
Oh
on
God,
the nose.
that's
I'm
a
not
little.
even
Yeah,
gonna
that's a bit
like.
much.
Not me.
I mean, good God.
It was not my fault that happened anyway.
I'm scrolling through my pictures, and there's 700 of me with bacon fingers that I just never went.
Oh
and,
yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway,
I don't care. They just shouldn't be up here.
So yeah, it was a great show. We're gonna go see Book of Mormon, or do you just call it Book? You call it Mormon?
Mormon. I think you'd call it Mormon.
Okay, we're gonna go see Mormon in like a month or two.
Great.
Yeah, but I loved it. How do you not just like sob during Les Mis?
I don't know. I think I'm just numb to it. But I used to love Les Mis. Used to.
Yeah. Like there is something about like men in theater. It is very attractive.
Here
like to have like a talent and a voice like that.
Yeah.
And they're all good guys, right?
Who's a good guy?
All the guys in theater.
They're all great. They're all so they're also faithful to their wives and girlfriends, and then the girlfriends will they won't have a show girlfriend or anything, and then the real girlfriend comes out to visit, and everyone knows except for her, and it's really cool. It's awesome. Even
as adults, like even in the adult world of theater.
Well, yeah, of course. All right, I got a couple good pictures here. First of all, this one is insane. We like sold these. It's at a dinner theater, so we sold these cocktails that were like made that were themed to the show, and then I had to do a photo shoot with it, and like my wig was so it was like angry.
You're gonna show this?
Yeah, here it is.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
This is called the I Dreamed a Dream cocktail. Great title. You'll be dreaming of this delicious blend of 3 olives, strawberry vodka, pink Moscato, and lemonade. That sounds okay.
Oh wait,
served over
I
ice.
saw olives, not actual olives.
No, 3 olives. That sounds okay.
Okay, this is too cheesy. Why did they do this?
It's stupid. And then
Here's me
with the wig.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's like
they're like they went with okay, we're gonna
get it down to like a 4 guard. Like we're gonna went down.
No, we're gonna do the hackiest job of this as if this really happened and it was cut by like some old wig maker. Yeah, that was my wig.
Okay.
Anyway,
I gotta record.
Okay. I want to stop talking about me and Limas. But okay.
Okay.
But
well, anyway, it was fantastic. Loved it. Smashed that like. Actually, this is a perfect segue to the BAFTAs.
Okay, I have a picture of that.
Speaking of performing, oh, honey.
I mean,
okay, she looks amazing, but they just did her so dirty.
I think it's turning around for her now because now it's already iconic. What we're talking about is the Angela Bassett did the thing. Viola Davis, my woman king. The weirdest part of it is how out of breath she sounds. She sounds like she has like that voice warble that I had that one day. Remember when I had that voice warble and I kept doing this at the end of every sentence?
Yeah.
She kind of sounded like that. But she did do an interview, like a radio interview or a podcast interview where somebody finally asked her about it. And she was like, yeah. And like the woman's like, I loved it. And she's like, well, that makes somebody at least. But she is at least talking about it, which I think is smart.
She's got to lean into it. She needs to go on like every talk show,
right?
Lean into it and go along with the joke.
And then Angela Bassett won a what was it? NAACP award the other day, and she said, "I guess I did do the thing."
Oh, good. Okay, good.
Okay, so she got to say it, and then Emma Thompson was interviewed on the red carpet. I just saw this morning. She did this interview, and someone just asked her, like, "What was that? What was going on there? Why was everyone so like stoic during that?" And Jamie Lee Curtis starts like throwing down the F-bomb over and over, and everyone needs to shut the fuck up and let this girl just be talented. And I was having a blast. And she blamed it on the fact that like there was cameras in everyone's faces during the award ceremony. And she's like, I think everyone was just like, why is there a camera in my face? Because they didn't know what the song was going to be about. So it would
is just like us, or whatever that line was.
No, Jamie Lee, you are all of us. it's bad. But anyway, she's already gone full icon. So lean
now
into it.
Was that like a like an improv Lin-Manuel Miranda inspired thing, or
she wrote the rap part of it? And I saw this video of her backstage doing like everyone's kind of like putting her dress on and she's just like standing there and like people are doing her makeup and she was just running the rap over and over out loud. And every time she did it, she would say it exactly like that. Angela Bassett did the thing. So she like planned to say it like that. I think it was that along with like this weird hand motion that she did.
And it was the breathlessness. I mean, I don't know what that's like, moving around a lot and getting out of breath because I'm
and I don't know what it would be like when you know that you're bombing within 1 minute of being on stage and you know you still have 5 more minutes left.
Yeah.
It's the best. So good for her, I guess.
Right.
What do I have here? It's David, Christine. Okay, I was up until 3:30 a.m. this morning, and I knew it was gonna fucking happen because I decided to click play on this fucking piece of shit, and I'm obsessed with it.
Ew,
I couldn't stop.
What's
I
his
could
face
not stop.
from Love
Shane?
Is Blind, that busted dude?
And the guy with the mole, Bartiz.
Mole nose. Oh, I hate him. Ugh.
I mean,
it's good though.
Yeah. I it's exactly the same formula as Love in Paradise. Where like 2 people go home and the 2 people get brought in, but it has a slightly like the winners of
Bachelor in Paradise.
Bachelor in Paradise.
God, that was like that was a little just snippet of time, wasn't it?
That was just a moment. Yeah.
We hated it the first 2 episodes, and then it was so fucking funny.
But that's how these shows do it. And then the cliffhangers they leave you on. And they have 8 episodes out now, and then they're releasing them like 4 episodes at a time every week. So I only have to wait until Tuesday to see how it ends. Tuesday. Or maybe there's more after that. But I'm so obsessed with it. And there's a girl in there named Francesca who's kind of she's kind of like the main featured girl. She's a villain. You want a villain?
No.
But she looks like an exact. I could not stop seeing it. She looks like a cross between JWoww without like fillers and stuff, like or with good fillers, and Justine. I tried to find a picture that kind of represents this girl in the middle. Do you see it?
Oh my gosh, totally.
Oh, but you never agree with me on this stuff. And then there's fucking Shane over there, coked out as hell. But is her name Francesca? Maybe her name. Yeah, that's Francesca. But doesn't she look like Justine and JWoww?
Yeah, 100%.
Crazy.
Dude, Shane has those, what do they call those eyes? Like the Sanduku eyes, Sudoku eyes or whatever?
Like cocaine eyes?
No, it's like the murderer eyes. Like where you can see the whites around all the eyes. Someone in the comments, you have to know it. I'm calling it Sudoku eyes, but it's something like that. Just
to let you know, it was dried strawberries day yesterday for Howie the Crab.
Oh God,
she got dried strawberries yesterday.
I'm not even looking at this.
Got a whole bunch of presents. She has merch. I think I know what I'm getting for Jody on Flag Day / her birthday. So I'm sending you all the crab merchandise I can, babe.
Is it all? Oh my God.
Yeah, it's soft.
Eat that thing or boil it or something.
No.
Thank you, Sampaku eyes. Look it up, Sampaku eyes.
Oh no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know, speaking of merch, you know who else has merch?
Us?
Lady Fire 343 and JoJo, Billy Joe and Fireman. It's just a family photo of them in front of a fire truck.
Oh my God. That's as iconic as Angela Bassett did the thing.
Listen, have you been keeping up with Simple Treasures for Sale?
No, it's too hard to watch.
Okay.
I can't stand. She talks mad. There's a lot of smacking.
Yeah, she does a lot of smacking. I know I have the same birthday as You know who. But my sister has the same birthday as Obama, so I'd like to feel like it cancels it
Oh,
out.
there you go, dueling.
So what was I just saying? Oh yeah, Wendy. Her mom's in the hospital. Mom is in the hospital.
She's one of those.
She's one of those. Not my mom, my dad.
Sorry
Mom.
about that.
Mom's in ICU. But the blind guy is coming to stay with her. And the blind guy's helper. She said they're like a little family now.
Well, she's
been going to Planet Fitness. She's keeping up with her lasering and everything.
Well, good.
I know.
Oh, my courier is about to arrive, but I'll see them coming down down the bend.
Your courier, bougie. Who's the bougie now?
It's cost me like $30 to order this. Dee Dee says, watching Perfect Match, all I could think was I need to hear what Jody and Amanda think. Will they hate what I hate the most? I like fucking love. Honestly, Jody, like, watch it. But I mean, I couldn't.
But it's
stop
Nicholas Shea minus Vanessa,
and he's great. He looks alive. Like light is hitting his eyes. Like a smile hits his face. Actually, he's doing.
Don't like to be that person that's like, oh, their wife's annoying and whatever. But God, she is so bad at being a host. Yeah. Who is letting her do this?
She's awful. She's condescending as shit. But this guy, Joey from The Circle, that Italian guy he's from like New Jersey or something. He won The Circle, the one that we watched. Anyway, I mean, he's dating this obnoxious girl from Love is Blind. The one that we watched where like they had those masks on, those animal masks. And her name is Carousel.
Blind.
No, it's
whatever. Okay,
Sexy Beast.
Sexy Beast. Thank you. Yeah.
And they're together, and she's unhinged. They do like this thing where they kiss. They have to kiss every person blindfolded and then rate it. And like
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
No.
But one of the guys rated her a 1. And then there's this talking head of her, and she's like about to lose her mind. She's like, he's a fucking sociopath. He needs to have medical help. I'm sorry. She's nuts. And then her and Joey are like the exact same amount of nuts. And somehow they're becoming charming to me. It's like Stockholm syndrome.
I mean, I think I would probably feel that way too if some man said that. Can you imagine? Calling you a 1.
Yeah, but then he says later. Well, I won't even give away any spoilers. Yeah, Joey and Carousel. They're awful, but like I think they kind of work because they're both the same level of obnoxious. They're annoying, and you know that they're the kind of couple that gets into these raging fights where they're like throwing plates at each other every night, and then they have like the world's best sex. Okay, I think my person. Oh no, they're not even close to being here. Okay.
So, wait, hold on. We have a random cat asking us a question.
You can a couple people have guessed it. Like but message us personally.
Okay, this is the question. Can you give us a hint on y'all's TikTok couple y'all were talking about on the Buffy episode, interable couple? I think just say interable couple near your phone and TikTok will take you.
And
there.
We're just kind of skeptical of it.
We're not being mean. We're skeptical of her. That's it. That's all we're saying.
Yeah. So you guys can figure it out and message us. It's just
yes. Whoa, hold on a second. Megan says her birthday is Obama's August 4th and her sister's is June 14th. You know what else is really weird? Okay, so that's me and my sister. My best friend from high school, we share a birthday the 14th, and her sister's birthday is August 4th. How weird is that?
People were getting it on 9 months before each of those dates. All right, I'm going. I'll be back in 1 minute.
Oh, I know. Oh, she's going. This actually, okay, so think about these love matching shows. There was one on, oh my gosh, this had to be 2008 maybe, and it was like in a mansion, and there was like a girl side, guy side maybe, and wait, Dating in the Dark. It just came to me. Dating in the Dark, and they would have dates, but it would be a pitch black room, and they could go in and they could pick who they wanted to go on the date with. Really like Love is Blind, except in a dark room so they could actually like touch each other and feel. And of course they're going to do that because like then the men could be like, ew, she's fat. Cause that's some bullshit rule. That was a fascinating show. And then at the end, they meet each other. Oh, good. Okay. Noelle remembers this. It was actually a really good show because then like we're seeing them in like the night vision cam and they're like kissing and stuff. And I feel like there was like a really dorky, weird looking guy. And then it was like, oh, she's not going to be happy. Oh, God. I love shows like that. I miss that. And there was a show, I keep bringing this up, and it was on, okay, I'm going to say this was 2008. This was before I was pregnant and had Paige. I remember I had pneumonia. And it was called Meet the Newlyweds, I believe. And they had newlywed couples, and then they had couples of all different ages. Hey.
What did I miss? Have dates, someone just said. Have dates.
You should sing your Angela Bassett. I was talking about this show. There was one, Dating in the Dark, where it's basically Love is Blind, but they were in the same room, in a pitch black room, and they could like touch each other. But then there was another show, Meet the Newlyweds, where it was couples, where it was like newlyweds to they've been married 5 years. So people have been married 15, 20 years, and they would do like little competitions. It sounds so stupid, but somehow it was like a really,
you get hooked on this shit. Yeah, and then there was a show called The Ultimatum, and I was like, oh yeah, me and Jody didn't watch that. And then I looked it up and I'm like,
no, I think we did.
We did watch that. I don't remember anyone from it. This is how shortly this stays in our
head.
head.
There was that one chick and then she got pregnant.
The
right
cowboy,
after.
yeah, with the cowboy.
Yeah.
But we definitely watched it.
Yeah. Like, it's all a blur.
It really is. I mean, I remember Shane. Because how could anyone forget Shane?
Yeah. Also, what I would really love is if there is a way to get access to all of the OG Real Worlds. I mean, I know they re-air New York, but I want season 2 LA. It wasn't not funny. I want Rachel and Pedro and Puck scooping out peanut butter with his fingers. I want season 4 London, which no one it was like the worst season they ever had. Season 5 was that Hawaii or was that Miami? It wasn't yours to touch, you stupid bitch, with Dan and Melissa. And she called him the F word.
Oh, I've seen clips of all of these things.
I think I made us watch it for TRP.
Oh yeah.
And Flora got stuck in the window. Like, let's go back. I could binge the shit out of those seasons. Seattle, when David threw Irene's stuffed animal, and he's like, ha, 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 and he threw it in, then he walked up and he smacked her in the face. Remember that?
That's a good memory.
How do you forget this stuff? Okay.
What else?
Hold on. Mandisha says she worked with the guy.
I trained a girl from the Miami season, I think.
Who? What?
To work in my restaurant.
Who?
And then she didn't take the job.
Sarah,
I don't know. She was like a girl.
Laura,
she was.
Melissa.
I don't know if it was Miami though. It was. Okay. God, I don't know. It was like 2007 or something. But she. There was a competition where they all had to hold their arms out as long as possible, and she won. She's like a dancer, but she was never.
Was that Road Rules? Maybe.
No, it was 100. I never watched Road Rules, but anyway, she didn't take the job. But then I spent the whole shift being like pretending like I didn't know who she was, and then finally at the end, I was like, I know exactly who you are, and I say every episode.
Oh, I wouldn't be able to hold back. Okay, I'm gonna need to know who you worked with from the London season. Was it the guy who got his tongue bitten out? He was like a heavy metal dude. Not Lars. Lars was another dude, and he like went to go like kiss some dude during a performance just because he's like edgy, and the guy bit his tongue out. God. And he had to like go have it like surgically sewed back on. Oh, the good old days, right?
Yeah. I have a couple other
Jean
things. Okay.
Coming in with the Sister Wives necklace, and you were almost on. That was with Ruthie, and remember Colin and Amaya. And Amaya was
yes, I do
Colin.
Remember that. Do you know that I know? When I did one of the Music Mans, one of our Marians' name was Colleen Amaya.
Whoa,
weird.
Andre. Okay. I'm gonna like get myself into a real world hold.
Ooh, I have a quick announcement. Squirrel Friends Cocktail Hour is coming back, baby, because RuPaul's Drag Race
Yay.
is coming back for All Stars. I don't know, 27. So I bullied Nick into agreeing to do that. So that's yeah, they are on Paramount Plus. I thought so.
All of them?
I think so. I think from season 1.
Okay, well,
that was old
I'm
news.
gonna have to sign back up for that. Okay,
What
should
else?
we? Do you want a couple questions?
Oh, I have
Dinner
like
party?
2 other things.
Oh,
Okay. Well, really, I was gonna talk about Madeline McCann thing, but that kind of, oh my God, it's Kevin Bacon. We got another
That's a
420
deep
episode
cut.
too coming
I
up.
love it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's from our first 420 episode. I was gonna
Yeah.
talk about Madeline McCann, but that thing kind of just like bombed. So I think it's like not
There's
happening
no
anymore.
way that's her.
Well, the eye thing kind of made me think it, but are you following this bad Cinderella shit?
No, no.
That's not
It's
coming
come
up on your
but
TikToks?
It has, but I don't understand what it is. What's the thing?
It's just
What's
it's like this
Angela Bassett doing the thing.
Andrew Lloyd Webber didn't do the thing, but he did a version of Cinderella called Bad Cinderella, and the one in London was apparently way better. And then he like got rid of all of them, and then there was this whole controversy because Andrew Lloyd Webber's a piece of shit. Patti LuPone hates him, but there's this clip of the new girl like in New York singing this little clip of Bad Cinderella where it's like, I am bad Cinderella, da 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 da. And it's been in my head for weeks now. Like I love it. Like I love that little section of it. And people are like, he stole it from the original Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderella, which he didn't. He's doing an obvious homage to "In My
It's
Own
called
Little
Bad
Corner,
Cinderella.
in my God. Anyway, I'm kind of obsessed with that. Also, really quickly, something came up on my TikTok of like a scene from Roots, like the miniseries from the 70s.
Careful.
Well, and I watched like this 10-minute clip of just one episode, and then it turns out that like the 2 girls in it were the young girl was Leslie Uggams, who's the June is busting out all over lady.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. So then I spent like 2 hours just watching every clip of Roots, and now I've seen Roots
Via
somehow.
TikTok.
Because it's just like part 1, part 2, part 3, and then that. I'm fully on Black TikTok now, and I got to tell you, it's way more fun over there. Otherwise, I'm just getting bad Cinderella clips over here, and Angela Bassett did the thing over and over. So
Okay.
I'm just fully on it, and I just got to say, get your algorithm more over there.
Yeah. Also, get your
a lot of fun.
algorithm to prison TikTok, like the guys filming themselves in prison. I mean, a lot of those guys can get it. Can I just say? Also, cartel TikTok, like where they're like digging tunnels and they're like blasting music. They're not hiding it. It's amazing. Yeah, Roots. I think we watched Roots in high school. It was traumatic. That's a hard watch.
I'd never see. I bet so many famous people in it that are like younger. Like I was just really like Ben Vereen is in it. LeVar, what's his name?
Lamar Odom.
No. Amanda says, where is Drag Race? Can I just jump into any season? If you're gonna do any season, watch All Stars 2, bebe. But it doesn't matter. Yeah, you can jump in, but the seasons 2 through 8 are the good ones. Anyway, prison TikTok, a couple Grey's Anatomy finale was apparently disappointing. I just wanted to point that out. Never watched an episode of that show.
Oh, like series finale? It's still on?
Oh, it wasn't the finale. Meredith's last episode, and people are pissed. God. I'm like, this show is still on. And again, she just left. It's been on since 2004, I think. Jesus.
So I told you I had a friend. This is like one of those sort of whatever, but like I had a friend where city I used to live in, and her best friend was like a PA or something on the show for years and years. And
what show?
She was saying even Grey's Anatomy, even before Patrick Dempsey quit, that it is for years, like since the beginning of the show. What's her name in real life? Meredith.
I don't know.
Okay, whatever. Meredith and Mick Dreamy. They
Ellen Pompeo.
They hated each other. They could not be on the same Like they would just get on the stage or set for filming, and then they would be like their trailers were on opposite sides. They hated each other.
Oh, just it's like Walter Matthau and Barbara Streisand on the set of Hello, Dolly, Amanda.
Oh, okay.
Which I think is a perfect movie as well.
I mean, steamy. That's some hot goss.
that couple. Yeah.
Let's get on Walter Matthau TikTok, shall we?
Curmudgeonly Walter Matthau didn't like Barbara Streisand, and he had a problem with her. Weird. Seemed like he just really got along with everyone.
Men are usually pretty,
especially men of that generation. Well, I'm sure Barbara's also really easy. I'm sure Barbara's really easy for staunch men to put up with because she's, a strong woman. She's also a bitch because
my favorite episodes. What? Her white microphone, the Oprah interview.
Amazing. She painted my microphone.
My favorite ice cream is vanilla bean. Vanilla bean.
Of course, not vanilla bean, not just vanilla. Bean. Well, yeah, you gotta have those etches. But she, on the set of Hello, Dolly, apparently she wouldn't. Michael Crawford, who was the original Phantom, he was Cornelius Hackle. Or he's the other one. No, he's Cornelius Hackle. And Barbara Streisand wouldn't be on the set whenever his voice was playing because she hated his voice so much. And she openly just said that. She's like, oh, okay, well, call me when I don't have to hear him singing. Then he became the Phantom of the Opera. He's kind of weird in the movie, though. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, fresh off the presses. Yeah, I know. Listen, this is interesting for anyone who likes Broadway. I like that.
I enjoy it.
I like to promote TikTok accounts. There's one called Juicy Body Goddess, and it's this woman who owns this like plus size store, and she like gets these girls to come in, and she's like, "Baby, you look so good. Ooh, you look delicious." And it's just like them. I'm like, I want to go to her.
She like compliments her fupas and stuff. Yes.
Yeah. And all the dresses are gorgeous. They have like pockets, and the girls, you can just see them like they feel pretty for like maybe the first time in their fucking life. So check out Juicy Body Goddess. Yeah, body yaddy 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 yaddy. I re-listened to our first Sister Wives episode, the one on the polygamist.
I don't know why you do that, babe. I don't
know why either, but I was pretty right on.
It'll be like watching a blind date. Oh.
I remember. I was like, I read The Room pretty well, other than the Meri stuff. And then, lastly, before we do party questions, I just want to point out that we put out our episode Sunday night. Like we did this, and then we recorded Sunday night, Odd Wife Out, right? And at one point, Janelle is holding a red purse because they're going bed shopping, and she has a purple top on. And me and Jody went into this whole thing about the Red Hat Society. Haven't thought about them in 20 years. Haven't said the word Red Hat Society in probably 20 years. I've never heard anyone talking about them. So we went into a whole thing about it. Ace and Caitlin put out their episode the next day of a couple episodes earlier from us, and they mentioned the Red Hat Society. And I'm like, there's something going on here.
They had to have listened. There's no way.
No, because they recorded their episode.
But like, how do we both pick up on that?
They recorded their episode, I think, before we even recorded ours. And on that same episode, they talked about the little person gene.
Okay. No, I'm not. I cannot let this. I was the OG little person gene. Ask anyone I went to high school with. I've had the gift since '94.
But I can guarantee you they do not listen to us. So I don't know. That's like, I was like, this is spooky.
Guys, in the comments, you heard it from me first. I started.
No one's saying that you didn't.
Okay. No, that I think it's really just we all picked up on the Red Hat because Janelle is the only person who is so bold. They mentioned it for
a totally different reason. I think they were talking about Mona Reiki, and they were like, her energy is like that of like a Red Hat lady. I was
because we saw Janelle. She was wearing a Janelle purple button up and the red purse. And
so we said it for two completely different reasons. Like, that is spooky. Wow. I messaged Ace about it, and he was like, what the fuck?
Okay, well.
Like, we were both like, this is because we do that a lot. We'll say the exact same thing, but we both recorded like at this.
Gallant gay?
Gallant, that happened like the same day.
But I mean, Gallant is she is a force. She's a presence.
How can you do a recap? Hole, right? All right. Well, that's all I have for like news. Also, I watched Gone Girl and I watched Monster, and they were good.
Monster, is that
with Charlize Theron with Eileen Wuornos?
I look exactly. Okay, you can't deny it. I know you're like, oh, Jody, you don't have a horse face. Number one, we all know I have a horse face. Okay. But also without makeup, just like imagine me without this. I absolutely look like Aileen Wuornos.
She has a round face, though. I look more like her than you do. If my teeth are jacked up, I'd look exactly like her.
No, babe, no.
She's got those big eyes. She's got those eyes, the eyes that Shane has.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I have the map of Aileen Wuornos all over my face.
Now here's my question. Does Christina Ricci have a little bit of an LP gene? Or is she just a bobblehead?
I would say she's like a cousin carrier.
Okay, yeah.
But not direct line.
Okay.
I see where you're going because of the skull structure, but there's more to it. It's about like the depth of the skull and everything too. So Mona Reiki in the chat. I mean, hey, we love a Reiki fest. Okay, so party questions. Okay. I got them.
Oh, wait. Oh, this is a good point. Amanda just said, just means we need more crossover episodes. I don't think Ace and Caitlin really want to do crossover episodes. That's why I was so shocked when they agreed to do our extravaganza. But we do have a crossover coming up. It'll be out next Wednesday on the 8th with Corey and Carly. And we're doing Little Sister is Born. Cody's like, whoa, God, whoa, I've never seen that before. If that had been Christine or Janelle that burst their water in his face, he would like hit
princess. Oh, it was disgusting. Although he would still think the nachos were more disgusting.
Gwen talked about that in her last YouTube. If you're gonna watch any Gwen YouTube, it was the knife in the kidney episode, and she hates him now. She refers to him as Kody.
I heard that she edited out
the part where she said Kody left marks on
abusive.
Her. Yep, which I'm not surprised. But she also said, like at one point, he was talking about how something, and then she said, he said something about how Christine was such a ray of sunshine in the family, and then Gwen's like, and then he calls her a pig in his fucking book. I was like, thank you. So you all do talk about the nachos, okay?
Yep, that's right. Hey, Pomegranatini's back.
Hey, Pomegranatini.
Oh, I love it. And yes, I've been like in a Murdaugh just fog. I'm so into it. You're not as into it as I am, but
yeah, I don't know. It just never caught on.
He testified. He's not going to be cleared on the charges. He's not going to be cleared on the charges.
People are thinking that he's gonna.
There's no way. He's not going to be cleared. There's no way.
I mean, we'll see.
Well, no matter what, he admitted to scamming these people out of their money. So even if it's like a hung jury or whatever, he's still going to get prison time for stealing millions of dollars. So whatever.
So what's the son? What does the young son do? His name is
Buster,
like Baxter or something. Oh yeah, Buster. Did he do something?
The older one.
Guilty of something?
Yeah.
No, Paul was the older one.
Allegedly. No. Buster's the older one. Buster's kind of busted. He's the one that looks exactly like the dad. Buster, before Paul had the boat accident where he killed, was it Meredith Beach?
No, that was Paul.
Mallory. Right. Paul did that.
Oh, yes.
Before that even happened, Buster allegedly maybe had a tryst or some sort of a relationship with I don't know if they were non-binary or if he was just gay, but there was a young man
one found in the road.
Yeah. And allegedly a lot of people are saying that it was Buster and that they had something maybe going on and nothing really happened. Isn't that weird? And then shortly after that, Buster got busted for cheating in law school and flunked out. And then, and then Paul had, whatever. So, I mean, this family.
And then didn't like a nanny like almost die or died?
Yeah, their crazy housekeeper of like 20 years, who was also their nanny, like live in, raise the kids, whatever. She they had dogs that they had had for years and years. And out of nowhere, a dog came out of nowhere and she fell on the stairs and busted her skull in. And if you listen to that 911 call, it is sickening how not alarmed and frantic the calls are. And then Paul,
and he changes his clothes, I think, too, right?
Well, that was when Alex murdered his wife and son.
Oh, right.
But the housekeeper, who had 2 sons with like developmental disabilities, and they're super poor and they're like still in debt paying her bills. But when Maggie called about the housekeeper falling down and she's unconscious, she doesn't seem that concerned. And also she says like, oh, it's my housekeeper. Like, would you be like, it's my housekeeper, but she's my friend, like family, right?
Well, Meri Cosby wouldn't say that. Meri Cosby considers her aunt to be. Listen, I don't know about anything about her.
Paul gets on the phone and the lady's like, okay, can you like tell me your address, tell me your phone number? And he's like, ma'am, I don't know why that's relevant to this. Like, she's not. You don't.
Except his voice is much. His voice, he has a Cole DeBoer voice. He's like, hello, my wife's dead. Okay. So
that family's got a streak of evil in them. So anyway,
right,
yeah, we'll see. But Buster knows.
We can talk more about it next week. It looks like people are happy that we're talking about it. I didn't think anyone cared as much as you did, but maybe we'll see how everything goes this week, and then I'll actually maybe go rewatch them after I finish.
Court TV on YouTube. They just like stream it. So go Court TV. That's how I'm.
All right.
Seeing coverage.
My mom loved it. She said, tell Jody to watch the Netflix one that just came out, Amanda.
I did watch that one. That's what I was telling you to watch. But I didn't like that dog millionaire or whatever.
Gunther's Million. Yeah, I didn't play on it yet.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is party questions, right?
Yes, party questions.
Okay, good.
I mean, these are just like whatever. Okay.
And I'll pull up Kody's Instagram really quick too.
Oh yeah, get those ready. This is just off the wall. If you had to hide a giraffe from the government, where would you put it and why?
Oh, if I was going to hide a giraffe?
It's just random. Yeah. You have to hide it. Where are you going to hide it and why?
I mean, Carling has a job at the zoo, so I guess I could get her to get me ins with the Calgary Zoo.
Hide it at the zoo inside. Okay.
Yeah. Hide it in plain sight. Oh no, what are the options there?
No, I think that really is it. I think it has to hide in plain sight. I would say somewhere near Havre.
Dunder Mifflin is a part of Havre. Or if there was a production of The Lion King being done somewhere, you could, because like I'm trying to think of tall buildings, and like a theater usually has is really tall because of all the flies. So you could have the giraffe be a part of a production of The Lion King. The fly rails. Because sometimes you gotta fly.
Oh, I was thinking like buzz, like flies.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, some of them are like really, really high.
Okay.
Danielle Marie said, Auntie Debbie will handle this.
She's got it.
Like, Debbie, I got a giraffe. I need to get hidden. She's like, don't even mention it. I'll be over in a jiff.
Yeah. She's been waiting for this day.
Mama Squirrel says, in Robyn's hoarded house. Yeah. I wouldn't notice it because I'm staring at like the watermelons and the unopened crock pots.
Exactly. Okay. What's one thing you've changed your mind about over the last year and why?
I mean, one thing
changed your mind about. Yeah.
I know what yours is.
Yeah. Trusting people.
Oh, I was going to say wanting to date again.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm all just,
I did some investigations.
Jumbled up in there. Actually, you know what?
Jody has a boyfriend.
No. Right.
Things are happening.
Oh my God, no. She's joking. She's completely joking. Actually, I'm going to say I've changed my mind. I'm very impressed in your ability to do a little Google
Also, I won't even
research.
say what form of social media this is, but we share all of our social media accounts. And I was like looking at something about this person, and I was like, why has this already been watched? And then I was like, oh, because we share an account, and Jody already did like her own investigation before I found this.
It really
Like everything
okay.
it would say
Okay.
like recent.
I mean,
It would
this is
say
what I
like
mean. I'm
recently
impressed.
viewed. Okay, well, yeah, it wasn't that
really?
hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. I think,
So I know I
think
can watch whatever you've looked
I
at.
think it was like a 48-hour virus. I think it's like we're done.
I think you just need to have a little slut
Nope.
phase, I think. Just go and
Oh
get
God,
it.
that sounds terrible. That sounds
With young
awful.
guys, like 26 years old.
Ew.
They'll want to impress
the
you.
days. No. I don't like that. Yeah, no, I would say just like yeah, I like honestly, your ability to do some Google stalking. I didn't know you had it in you.
Well, I'm nothing else to do. I guess mine would be the feeling the need to have like an outside job.
Okay.
That might be one. I stopped drinking. Except I really haven't changed my opinion on it. I wish I could.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay, well,
it's like my biggest
like,
sadness.
I got really deep there. Should we just do one more fun one? We'll do one more fun one.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a great one. Where have you traveled to that you would not want to go back to? That's a good one.
Italy.
Really?
Yeah, it was like the worst
Why?
experience ever.
Tell me.
I went on a
wanna know
tour
why.
I went on a tour with the show that I did, and we all had a terrible time. It was awful. The whole
out.
experience was terrible. I could do like a whole Patreon episode on it. Food was bad. It was awful. We all got so sick. When we got back home, we all went to Jack in the Crack for because we just missed American food so much.
Okay.
Food over there was a little too healthy. Also, all the gigs we did was just terrible. Italian people, like when a show starts, it's kind of just a suggestion, and it's like an open house almost, where people just wander in. We did a show at this church in Florence that with no heat. This was middle of winter, and I've never, and I run hot, but I've never been so uncomfortably cold. Like you could see our breaths just like, but people loved it because it was a show about Leonardo da Vinci. It's called Caterina's Son.
Oh,
I was
that sounds
Caterina.
fun.
Yeah, I was the mom. It was one of the hilarious show. But yeah, it was awful. The plane ride sucked. I got in a fight with someone on the way home. I screamed at her in the middle of the what's it called? We were going through customs. I think I've told this story, haven't I? Maybe I just told this on Squirrel Friend.
No, I gotta hear this.
We had done 10 days in Italy, and we were all fucking over it. We just wanted to get the fuck home. And there was this girl.
So disappointing. I want to go.
It was beautiful. I saw Michelangelo's David, and it was like the best thing I've ever. I was like, wow. I was like actually impressed by art. But so we're all over it. We just want to get the fuck home to our own beds. And we're going through customs, and like there was a few Canadians that had to go through like a separate line. So like the few of us went through the line, and then everyone's standing, like we have to like get our bags and transfer them. And I think we're in New York at this point, and we have like 5 minutes to catch our flight. So the whole way from Italy to New York, and then we have to go back to Arizona, everyone's stressed out because we're running late, and if we miss this, we're gonna have to spend the night in New York, like in the airport. And this girl just wouldn't shut the fuck up. She's like, we're gonna miss our flight. I mean, we're gonna, I guess we're all staying in New York. She was just one of those very toxic energy like girls. And so and everyone's annoyed with her at this point. She had been awful the whole trip. And we get through customs, and I get through, and then another girl goes through, and then we're standing there at the baggage claim about to get our bags, and this grumpy ass chick walks in, and she starts yelling at one of the other Canadian girls for not waiting for her. And this girl, the nice girl, just like looked at me like just so like exhausted, and she's like, I can't. This girl's just screaming at her, and I just turned around, and I was like, you know what, name of person, nobody wants to hear you talking anymore, so if you could just shut the fuck up for the rest of the trip, everyone would be happy. And she was like, because I don't do that. And then my best friend Jenny started a slow clap, and it was
oh my god, that's
pretty
amazing.
epic.
That's amazing.
I mean, it's like lore pretty much. Like everyone was like, whoa. Like, yeah. So
Oh
that
my
was a fun
gosh.
trip. So I would never go. I always said I would never go
Okay.
overseas again because the flight sucked.
Really?
We're
It's just the
trying, babe.
flying part that you don't like.
Just
Okay.
sitting there, and I had watched Love Actually 17 times. That's all they had to
I
play.
like that movie at Christmas time. It's my favorite. It's so
Okay.
cheesy, but I love it. I've been like thinking, I've never been to Europe. I would like to go. I would say, I'm gonna say Costa Rica. It's beautiful.
Okay.
There's nice beaches, but there's just like a lot of emotional baggage and
Oh
someone
yeah,
there
yeah,
that like
yeah. I hear that.
I wouldn't mind my fist meeting up with.
Uh-huh.
And I have like a lot of trauma. My sister had me go visit her one time. We were staying at some beach resort place. Resort. I was terrified, and there were like bugs and things, and I slept under a sheet with this much of my face because I was afraid like germs and things were going to touch me, and I hated it. And my sister turned off the AC, Amanda,
Okay,
because
well, she's done.
she
My mold
didn't want the
vacation.
baby to get too cold, and I was
Your
sweating,
baby's
but I was
fine.
it was awful. It was terrible. There was like bats in a bush, and I like walked by, and they were like, it's just like too much. I
Aw,
can't do
nature.
it. I'm too traumatized. And also, same trip where I flew back, saw that plane crash in Miami.
Oh, yeah, that's a little traumatic. I might not go back to New
Yep.
York actually, because I have so much trauma from New York. Like I don't think I want to even be in the same state as them.
I've
Him.
only been, I mean, once like for flights, but I've only been, I went to go see Dave Matthews play with Tim Reynolds at Radio City Music Hall. And it was just like city and was stinky and
Yeah.
expensive. And I don't know, but I would
I'm
like
not
to go
really
to
a
Ellis
traveler.
Island.
Okay. It's like really touristy.
Okay.
And if you want.
All
Dima
right.
Tina
Okay.
says, now you can download what you want to watch later on the plane. Yeah, but this was like 2012, I think.
Oh, okay.
So
I would love anyone who's gone to any national parks, send me a message or send us a message or something like that, because I want to do a little national park thing, but I don't know if I have this like idealized thing in my mind where it's going to be like, wow, look at this and amazing. Or like, do you have to be like very naturey? I have lots of the North Face and Patagonia gear. Like, do you have to be like one of those
if you
people?
came to Canada, we could just go to Banff National Park. I'm not going up the gondola though, babe.
Oh, well, no. Does that involve skiing? Because that's not happening, babe.
No, but it's like it involves like going up in a gondola. I cried the whole time. So,
okay.
by the way, Justine is coming to Calgary in a couple months.
Who?
Justine, our friend Justine.
Oh,
one of our best
you
friends.
like it like glitched out for a second.
Glitched, yeah. Yeah, so me and her and Carlin are going to go to the Calgary
exciting.
Zoo. Let's get out Instagram here.
Oh, yes. Okay,
first of
Bryce
all, I
Canyon,
see that
everyone's saying. Got it.
Janelle has posted a story about, this is amazing. If you just go to Janelle's story, she's posted a video. Oh my God. This is amazing. She goes, best thing I've invested in all year. No, I don't have to worry about ice or walking the dogs. It's a boot, and she has like a chain around it with spikes on the bottom, like
All right,
golf
hold
shoes,
on,
but with like a with like a
She's
fence.
almost at 1 million followers.
I know.
Janelle.
When you leave Kody, you got more followers. Just go to her second Instagram story of today because it's amazing. Is there sound on it?
This year.
I'm
she's
amazed
talking.
at the sheer athleticism.
And having to walk the dogs. I don't use them very often, but when I need them, the ice cleats are the best thing.
Thanks, Janelle. It's probably not even a sponsored ad. She just wanted us to know. Wear the ice cleats.
She wants to live in that teepee. I mean, why are all these? I don't like Instagram, how everything is like a video now. It really throws me off. I don't like it.
I know.
I really don't like it. I mean, this is like a classic Janelle post right here.
Oh yeah, no, I actually pulled one here. I pulled just a picture of her. This is it from one of her promos, but it's like 20 seconds of her pretending to shiver. Less than a month.
She looks great. Janelle is so
Yeah,
pretty.
she does. She is gorgeous.
Oh, gosh. Okay, thank you guys for all these national park suggestions. I'm seeing them. I'm going to jot these down when we're done.
Everyone's talking trash
so
on New York, and keep doing it.
are you going to go to Kody or Robyn?
I'll do Kody. I'm at Kody.
Okay, I'm going to go to Robyn Brown's nest.
Okay, I'm at Kody right now, and I'm just on his one where it says, "Hey everybody, I'm on Cameo." 2 days ago. Are you freaking serious? Better lay off that crack pipe if you think people are actually going to pay real money to hear anything you have to say out of that rotten, ignorant mouth of yours. Next person says, "We feel sorry and pity for all of your kids. Society collectively despises your existence." Next one just says, "Get a job, period." I like when people use punctuation.
Robbie Green, we see you. First comment under Robyn's is Amanda and Jody.
They did that last time, I think.
Okay. Then someone says, "I meant that. I'm sorry I didn't know you sooner. Heart, forgive me for knowing you late. Heart." Okay, that's gotta be like some sort of scammy thing.
There's a person on Robyn's that I read the other day on some post that was just defending her over. No, that wasn't what it is. I'll tell you what it was in a second because I have a picture of it. But keep going.
Okay, you fucking suck. Is one of them. Spelled
I like that. It's to the point.
All right. Kody is an ass. He should never choose this life of polygamy at all. And neither should you have. Now he has all these kids and no one like him, not even some of his kids, because they can see what an ass he is. Everyone comes to their senses and left you. But if I was them other wives, I would get him for child support and then he will be screwed forever. Like,
is this one of those?
That is a level of anger.
This is an unhinged person that watching it for the first time. You can always tell who just watched it and like isn't really into the lore yet and doesn't realize that everyone discovered all of these emotions years ago.
Right.
I have oh, this is good. This is on this one's for the fans. Get 25% off my cameos now. This is from August 25th, 2021. And we got one from 13 hours ago saying, "No thanks, #narcissist." Next one is just a whole bunch of puking emojis. Then we got, "Do you have any Kody Brown bobblehead dolls I could buy? I'd like one to smack at." And then hard pass. "Although I do find it funny that the only people that purchase a cameo made by you is to make fun of you. I appreciate the sacrifices they are making to hate you." I like that they called him out on that because I really wonder if he realizes that.
I like this one. Auntie Anne Cinnabon and Flagstaff is hiring.
That's all. I saw that the other day and I was like, love it.
These people really hate them. And
like,
I mean, these are from 2019, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And people are still never heard these words on this show because it's something about like God loving people.
Yeah.
She's saying, "I love God with all my heart." This is Robyn. "You know, it's so amazing. He's aware of you, ultimate love," says someone who is divorced and remarried to a manipulative, unloving man. "Bible calls you and him an adulteress. In God's eyes, his real wife is Meri, and your husband is your first husband you married." Just saying.
Well, luckily for Kody and Robyn,
right.
they're pretty unfazed by this. Apparently, somehow I would be living in my basement and never leaving my house for the rest of my life if I got even 5 of those comments.
We get 11,000.
Oh yeah,
and we are instantly back into like, well, I know, but before we'd be like, okay, let's take out the notebook of daddy issues and just start
yes. Yeah. But Kody and Robyn were recently spotted at Caesar's Palace with an unknown female, Jody.
I saw that. It's got to be like a sister, a cousin.
I think everyone's saying that it's Tara Lynn, TARALYN or something like that. That's her sister. She's wearing a little bit of a crop top here, Jody.
Okay.
And they're walking around Caesar's Palace. Robyn has just a huge smile on her face, right? Nope. She's holding her jacket in front of her with a full beaker on. And I guess they're heading into the Adele concert, or they're at least passing by a sign that says Adele. And then I read all the comments here because I joined this Love Las Vegas group so that I could like look at everything. And this was from like a couple, like yesterday. So this is like recent. And
Well, it's not their nanny, because I did see people say that. And obviously the nanny would be home with the kids.
yeah,
So
obviously
Yeah.
the tender age kids, which do include Dayton or Rhianna. They're all tender.
Obviously. Yeah.
They're all sweet 16. They're all sweet 25 and never been kissed or touched by anyone other than Kody kissing them on the lips. But like there was a comment that was like, oh, well, obviously they're not hurting for money if they're going to an Adele concert. And it's like, Kody had a $72,000 sports car in season 1.
They know how to spend money they don't have.
They're not
obviously.
living in Clover over here. Like the amount of debt. God, if I could get my hands on just their statements. Tara Lise.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're spotted at Caesar's Palace. I just hate seeing that they're like still doing stuff.
He
I
looks
want them to be way more
crazy
visible.
though.
Yeah.
Like if he were not on the show and you would walk by him, you'd be like, oh God, that guy's hair. Like
I would get a bad vibe from him. And I would get a depressed vibe from Robyn. I'd be like, that's an abused wife.
I was just gonna say he has an energy. He absolutely has an energy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, Starved Rock is not far from me, Danielle Meri. It is very pretty. There's also a might be on HBO, The Starved Rock Murders from a long time ago. But yeah, it is beautiful. Beautiful country. Are we ready to get into our book?
We sure are. Let me go ahead and put up our background here. Ah, nice. Yeah, I'm not changing today. But you know, next week is Janelle.
Yeah, I do have my banana shirt from before, but can I just keep on smiling?
No, yeah, keep on the Fidelis because we got bananas here in our background
good.
for Meri.
All right,
keeping everything nice and yellow. All right, so I looked ahead a little bit, and Kody doesn't interject somehow. I bet he was like, but I have an opinion about what she said in that chapter. But now for the next 4 chapters, it's just each woman talking. I think that's how it seems to continue until like the epilogue, which of course is celebrity. I'm surprised Kody doesn't interject during the celebrity section. Weird. Well, anyway, Kody comes back again in the epilogue. He writes the whole epilogue. So for the next third of the book, it's just the ladies. What page are we on?
Okay.
So we're just gonna pass.
Yeah, and we got a ways to go here. So settle in, get that laundry going, put on your crock pot.
Have a mimosa for me.
What does Jan make? Ossobuco. You know, Amanda, in Spain, we don't even eat until midnight.
It's like Italy when they just show up.
I just watched it the other day with Paige, and God, it never gets old.
It's so wet my whistle here.
Okay,
Mona Reiki says we need some Reba. I think Reba is definitely going to make a lot of appearances in Robyn's chapters, so don't worry. But if Reba happens to get mentioned here, then certainly she's ready. She's got a cigarette. She's pounding her pack right now into her hand. She's getting ready. Got a new lighter. All right, you start.
Like many women who choose plural marriage, I idealize the nature of sister wives. I was eager for my first sister wife to be my special friend, in addition to being married to my husband. I never wanted to be in a situation with a sister wife who didn't want to associate with the rest of the family. As I imagined it, it would be the most natural thing in the world for my sister wives and me to form instantaneous friendships. Paradoxically, Sure, Meri.
Sure.
Yeah.
That was a word that you thought of and knew.
Oh, this is rich. Okay, wow.
Oh my.
Paradoxically,
God.
I'm reserved, but at times can be opinionated.
At times, just at times, though.
Okay. Which makes me cautious about quickly forging close friendships with women. In forming friendships and relationships, I need to feel safe and trust with the other person before I feel I can open up to a deep relationship. But when I do, I value them deeply and expect these friendships to last. When Kody and I entered into our first courtship with a young woman we've been introduced to at a church gathering, I was excited. Yeah.
The very
she and I became close friends, real close, right away. This was unusual for me, and I immediately took it as a sign that Kody and I were destined to marry her. This girl She does say girl.
Yeah, well, yeah, she's a
This
girl.
underage girl. And I loved hanging out together and spent lots of time on our own without Kody. As I saw it, we were on our way to
did.
achieving the scissor sister wife ideal I'd always imagined.
But then my own personality came out a little bit too much, and she hated me like every other person on earth, except for Jen.
Yeah.
Just Jen. Ugh. You want me to take over?
Okay. No, everyone's alerting to me in the comments that Scout needs to go out. So take over.
She
Amanda.
just went out.
She
All right, well,
likes
I'll
the
take
outdoors,
over.
Amanda.
She,
Go ahead.
well,
I'm
she
here.
just went out right before the recording started. It's fine. It's good.
She likes the outdoors. Okay. She likes nature.
Ugh, I hate nature. All right. Do you want to keep going, or do you want me to take over?
Go ahead.
All right. Though sometimes. Is there a dog out there? Squirrel. Great. All right. See what you all did in the chat. You all created this. All right. Though sometimes I got jealous of the afternoons she and Kody went off on their own to develop their relationship, I did my best to deal with those feelings maturely. God, all these words that don't apply to Meri at all. I feel confident that the three of us had a wonderful future together, and I was certain that while she would be a great wife to Kody, she would remain one of my best friends. Already they're best friends.
You know, if anyone that Kody should be accusing of, like, you wanted me and not the family, look at Meri, because Meri just wanted a sister wife who was real close. Real close.
Real, like, close.
Right.
I had like a threesome lesbian dream last night. I think it's because I was watching Perfect Match. So like I was like
With
on one of
who?
those dating shows. I don't know, some like kind of short Hispanic guy, but he had like a huge ween. And then there was like a girl involved, and we were all like sleeping in the same bed together. And we were like,
she
fine
like?
with
What's
it.
your type? Like a Chris? Are you more
I
like
think
a
actually, I
Christy
think
or a
she-
Jen?
No, I'm pretty sure she was Tasha or whatever from Sidian's wife.
Oh,
I think it was her. Yeah.
So you like a little baby face. Like, I'm
Yeah,
a
but then
little
like
girl.
her and him got in a fight, and then it got awkward. Then we were moving, and I was like, "Can I just have my own bed?" And then I woke up in a pool of sweat. Okay, but things didn't work out, Geordie. Oh, I'm doing Robyn's Scottish accent. I was devastated when the courtship soured. I was devastated when the courtship soured and she left. Well, she didn't really leave. She was underage, and her parents put a kibosh, as Maddie would say, on it. Back then, we were all so young, but none as young as her, because we were at least, legal. She was only 18. 18.
How and why?
They're sticking to the story.
Pulled off the shelves and taken off the network immediately.
And why wasn't this discussed more in the early days of Sister Wives? I think people just liked them a lot more back then. People were rooting for them. So a random cat said Squeaky. That's what Cara Berry calls a wife.
Squeaky.
Squeaky.
Yeah.
Like Squeaky from. All right. Okay. Thank you, Rob. Yeah, I know. Sorry. Things didn't work out. Back then, we were all so young. She was only 18, and Kody and I keep going into Robyn. We're in our first year of marriage. So no, because that's just Robyn's voice. She says Kody. So we may have mistaken a crush for love. Yeah, you think?
She said we. So she's admitting it. She's hiding in plain sight.
They're all marrying each other.
She's the giraffe hiding in plain sight.
Brandy says that dream sounds scary. I'd be afraid to sleep. Never, no more sleeping for me. No, I felt pretty good in the dream. It's like, this is good. Like it was like I felt uncomfortable. I was like, yeah, well, I can put up with this for a little while to get laid.
If that's your thing, that's your thing. It's not mine.
It's not. I don't even know what my thing is.
Anything with anyone is not my thing. Like,
well, except for that one person that I looked up.
What are you talking? Okay. I told you it was a 48-hour
she's
virus.
Downplaying it. All right. But things. Okay. Nevertheless, I felt personally betrayed because everything's about me. So everything that happens in the world is a personal attack against Meri. I had lost one of my closest friends, a woman I imagined I would have been a perfect sister wife. We managed to put our
a girl that would have been it. Right.
One of my closest friends. How long did they date for? Again, we weren't calling each other our closest friend 6 months into our podcast relationship.
Yeah, but this is polygamy time. This is
right.
Kody Meri
and
time.
Early 20s too.
Yeah.
We managed to put our failed courtship behind us. Kody and I were still the fun-loving, goofy, and wildly romantic couple we'd always been. Okay. I would give everything I own. Give you my world, my heart, my home.
Actually, you can't do lighter anymore because they don't do that. They just do their phone.
They do cell phones.
Which is so sad. I don't like that.
It loses the effect.
Yeah. Oh, how about we could do a boot lamp? Like you just sway your boot lamp.
Hold your boot lamps up in the air.
Boot lamp. Okay.
It's so fucking dry. Okay, but we felt that adding a wife to our family was something we needed to accomplish sooner rather than later in order to make good on our commitment to the principle of plural marriage. Oh, but I thought Robyn was married for only 9 years. And they didn't get the calling. They didn't have time, Robyn said. We just didn't have time.
It was because she was working so hard on her marriage. Yeah. She worked harder on it than anyone has ever worked on.
It's got those long legs. Yeah. This was the promise we made to each other when we married. As much as we loved each other and had a wonderful, stable relationship, we knew that plural marriage was our destiny. I'm not sure when it became apparent to me that Janelle wanted to join our family. Of course, since she had once been married to my brother, I had known her for several years. Right. Except they didn't date for several years.
Up, nope. But none of this matches up because in Kody's chapter with Meri, he was like, yeah, we got married, but then it was like really rough. Like it was really rough. And then Janelle came in and it was even more rough. And then Christine came and she was going to fix it. And here Meri is, we were fun-loving. We were so goofy.
We were goofy.
So romantic.
Well, I mean, the
two totally different stories right here.
You can see how goofy she was. But also, she hadn't known her for years. Janelle was only married to the brother for 6 months. And they had met maybe 6 months earlier than that, except I feel like they all just grow up together. We had a cordial relationship. Even after her divorce, I thought of her as a sister-in-law. And it never occurred to me she would one day be a sister wife. Pass.
Well, gee, I wonder why. Because she's like, it's not going to happen. Because I'm going to say it's not going to happen. If Kody had feelings about Janelle that were anything other than platonic, he hadn't discussed them with me. I knew that he valued her intellect and her work ethic. And he had a deep respect for the way she conducted herself on an emotional level. Definitely not her body. Am I right? Like, that's basically what she's saying, right?
Yeah. She was the smart one.
Yeah. She's a smart, chubby friend.
Yeah. Did you see SNL with Pedro Pascal where they did that where all the friends are at the restaurant and the waiters are like, oh, bellissima, bella. Oh, you're the smart one. Funny.
Yeah. Okay. I was surprised when Janelle approached Kody and asked to come into our family, but not unpleasantly so.
Did she ask?
I don't. No, remember he came to her. She was working at a job.
Oh,
and she was like their landlord or property manager.
That's right. They were renting her house.
This is what these stories are changing just from one chapter to the next. Yeah. So now Janelle came back. Oh, remember Janelle was going me. Ooh, me. Remember? Yeah. Ew, hate that. Okay. After all, she was close to my family already, and she was one of those people Kody and I associated with on a fairly regular basis. So it didn't seem too far of a stretch to imagine her a permanent fixture in our lives. I have to admit, part of me was relieved that Kody and Janelle weren't conventionally a romantic couple. I hate her. Why?
So bitchy.
I mean, from the get. By the way, Janelle is the most gorgeous one out of that bunch.
I know.
I didn't feel that Janelle's presence in our lives in any way threatened the love Kody and I shared.
That's so bitchy too. She's
such
like,
a
oh, I'm
fucking
not. Yeah,
bitch.
it's fine. Come on in.
What a bit. I mean, although I would kind of feel that way too if I felt like, I mean, you don't want the new wife to come in and
Well, you want
be
the
hotter
new
than
wife to be
you.
older and more busted than you. Fatter.
Obviously, but you don't say it. It takes a real psychopath to put that in writing. Okay. Their bond, oh God, this gets worse and worse. So I'm just going to go through this.
Yeah.
Brace yourself, you guys. Their bond was intellectual, which made it easier for me to accept Janelle. If they had been one of these gushy, lovey-dovey couples who melt at the sight of each other, if they had been the same kind of couple Kody and I were, I would have had a lot more trouble making peace with the idea of her as a sister wife. Fuck you, Meri.
Yeah.
I immediately saw that Kody and I would have one type of relationship, the passionate, romantic one we'd always had. Well, he and Janelle would have another, something more cerebral. This seemed both totally acceptable to me and easier to handle as our first move into plural marriage.
Nice.
I mean, this is also her saying, I mean, she's like smart and Kody and I would be romantic and she would just go to work.
Like Cody's attracted to me
out.
and like he's attracted, he likes to talk to her about politics.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously not attracted to her, is what she's. Oh God. After nearly 3 years of monogamous marriage, I was ready for a sister wife, or so I thought. I was happy for Kody that he'd found someone to satisfy his intellectual curiosity, and I was happy for Janelle to have chosen, and to have been chosen by. That's set off by dashes.
Yeah,
that's emphasizing.
Should have been brackets, right?
No, it's just like emphasizing, like, okay, she chose us, but she was chosen by us. Like, I allowed this to happen.
Right, okay.
And to have been chosen by such a wonderful man after her failed relationship with my brother.
God, she had
one thing that was
knife
difficult.
into her failed. She's a failure.
Was the timing of Kody and Janelle's wedding. Oh, here go hellcome.
Oh, this is bad.
They
Also,
planned
Julie's
it
here.
to
Jody
take
says, say hi to Julie.
Hi, Julie.
Julie. She's
Oh,
at work. She still has to see her girls. Happy Sunday. Make that money, girl. All right, sorry.
Yeah.
Here we go. The birthday.
They had
fiasco.
planned for the wedding to take place on my birthday, thinking that it wouldn't be a big deal. Looking back, I realized a lot of my issues with their marriage were really because I thought they were being extremely insensitive.
They were
Birthdays-
though. That's fucked up. This
Okay,
is where
however-
Janelle, I'm kind of like, Janelle, what are you doing?
Hold on.
Mhm.
I'm Meri, you're Janelle, which, I mean, I do look like Meri, and you kind of look like Janelle. Like, you're obviously the pretty one. And I'm the horse face, like, flipped over.
We all know what you mean by that.
What? No.
There you go. That's good.
Um,
I am wearing a button up too.
This
What we
is
have as well?
Janelle's way of being like, oh, remember when you said I was busted and he only likes me because my brain and my paycheck. Well, guess what? We're getting married on your birthday, bitch.
Sure, yeah. No, I'm sure. Fine. And they're also like,
okay, birthdays
like
are important
21.
to me. I felt like I was being completely overlooked, even when they offered to celebrate their future anniversaries on a different day. It floored me that my husband would think it was a good idea, but it baffled me even more to know that a woman who was wanting to join our family would even think for a minute to do it on the birthday of a future sister wife.
Kody didn't think it was a good idea. Kody knew exactly what he was doing. He loves the conflict because as long as women are fighting over him,
loves it.
he's like,
Yep.
so happy.
The Billa de Ball. Fortunately, Kody's mom, who is a very handsome woman, got involved and persuaded them to move their wedding to the day after my birthday. Pass gas.
Great. While I wish them all the happiness in the world, I was not as prepared as I believed myself to be. Kody and Janelle's courtship was so quick that when their wedding day arrived, I was struck by the realization that I was going to be sharing my husband. It's hitting her now. It's hitting her.
Okay.
Hi, Meri Jane Jarman. It was harder than I thought it would be. No matter how much you are committed to the principle of plural marriage, the first time that reality hits you, it's a total shock. For 3 years, Kody and I have been practically inseparable, and now there is going to be a new person in our midst, permanently. Their ceremony was simple but touching. I was the cake, that cake at the weird angle. And she's wearing green. She's wearing like a forest green dress at the wedding. It's weird. I couldn't deny my own sadness. I'm sure she didn't make it about her. Oh, is the cake one not in there? No cake? No cake picture?
I was muting myself in case Scout barked. Sorry.
Okay. They did not get, they got married on Kody's birthday. Yeah, because Kody's birthday is like right after Meri's, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know all the birthdays like other people do. After all, Kody and I had barely been apart since we were married. We spent every possible moment together. Wow, sounds like a blast.
Life.
Now he was, God, who wants to spend that much time with either of them? Now he was driving off for a week-long trip with another woman. Oh, so Janelle got a whole week, eh? No matter how hard I tried, it was difficult for me to come to terms with this. Just before Kody left for his honeymoon with Janelle, he pulled me aside and handed me some money. This is mad money, he said. Go out and play. Spend it on whatever you want and enjoy yourself. What was this, like $75?
I say like a 50.
Like a 50. Like
well,
he has
I think that's the only amount he could slip out of Janelle's purse.
Well, then he has like 7-1. Oh yeah. No, I feel like he has like a big bill on top of his billfold, and everything else is just ones. And he's like, "Here you go, lovely lady.
Gross.
Enjoy yourself." It's awful. He's such a prick. His gesture was sweet and touching. My plan was to hole up in a hotel room and gorge on television viewing while I tried to make sense of my complicated feelings. Yeah, that sounds like a great week.
Oh yeah, I mean, like honestly,
plus food,
sweet. Well, I was just gonna say,
plus like all the food in the world.
What am I getting just for myself?
Oh yeah,
some mozzarella sticks. I mean, yeah.
Who was I now that I wasn't Meri and Kody? When my mom and dad realized what I was intending to do, they insisted that what I was intending to do, she was just going to go watch TV in a hotel room. That does kind of sound like she's going to go off herself, though.
Yeah, but she likes the attention of it too. Like, I'm just
right. She probably made it a lot more dramatic.
Right.
I resisted at first. I couldn't imagine being around anyone and burdening them with my emotions. Yeah, Meri, you're always pretty sensitive to making sure people don't feel your energy when you enter a room.
No.
In the end, my parents prevailed. This is a time when you need people around you, my mother explained. She knew, without my telling her, how much I was struggling inside. Well, maybe that's because all of these women have suffered so much. Because polygamy is a, terrible idea?
Yeah.
Abuse.
Torture.
Emotional
torture. Sure.
Yeah, it's terrible. Bad idea. Pass.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. My parents, right?
Yeah.
My parents were completely right. Instead of wallowing in a hotel by myself, Meri, never. I needed to be surrounded by family and friends. Despite my sadness, I managed to enjoy myself, which was really important because it made the week pass more quickly. Kody called me every day to check in and tell me that he loved me. That's so sweet when he's on a honeymoon with Janelle.
Yeah.
To take that time out to call Meri.
Yeah, when he's like basically copulating with Robyn at the zoo. Near the rhinoceroses. Robyn's the one that was like, you need to call Christine, Kody.
Yeah. Well, he and Janelle were just talking. They were just like broing out. So it's not like he was really missing out.
They were camping in their button-up shirts and like sweaters
categories. Well, Janelle entered the family. Kody and I were still starry-eyed regarding the principle of plural marriage and marriage in general. So we had no idea how to prepare for the emotional and domestic reality of our new situation. Hey, that sounds like a you problem. You figure that out before you bring someone in, right? I guess we just assumed that after Kody and Janelle got married and went on their honeymoon, the three of us would live in one house as a big, happy family and everything would go back to normal. Yeah. Neither Kody nor I anticipated the need to change our behavior when Janelle came into the house. Huh. Isn't that something?
Doesn't it seem like if you're raised, well, I mean, Kody wasn't raised in polygamy, but Handsome Woman has been trying to force him to do it since he was like, 13, 14?
And Meri was raised in it, right?
Right. Shouldn't there be like a class, Sunday school of some kind, where they like teach you like, so here's what happens when a new wife comes in. seems like you'd pass on some tips.
Well, you don't need to teach the women. You just tell them like whatever the man wants. You
gotta get like a chart or something, right? Like a Kody
yeah. Okay.
chart.
So when the new wife comes in, your mood is up here,
don't let it
and
fall
then
down
you
there, babe.
don't.
Can you see this?
Yeah. Don't let it go.
Don't
down.
let yourself spiral here. See, this really works for everything.
But what about emotions? What about emotions?
Oh, they will not change the facts.
Facts.
We
Okay.
need to
Just
do
making
polygamy
sure.
now.
Just making sure. Also, I mean, this just this sentence is like, he and I are both narcissists. Neither Kody nor I anticipated the need to change our behavior when Janelle came in the house.
Yeah, that just seems like kind of social decency more than having to even be
And
taught.
why do you think they assumed that they were just going to move into one big house and be happy?
Biggie housey.
What would change? Oh, Janelle having a job and the two of them not having a job. So Janelle would just buy them a big house. Okay, got it.
Yeah, of course.
We didn't consider
did.
how he might have to balance the relationship he had with me with the one he was developing with Janelle. How do you not consider that?
They're not that young either. It's not like they're 14.
We
They're in
didn't
their
think we had to
20s.
consider how he would balance his time between the two. That's the first thing you think of. God. All right. I never took the time to think about how I should open up my space, both physical and emotional, to accommodate a new wife. Oh, she was considering opening up her own space for Christy, if you know what I mean. I felt as if I was welcoming to Janelle, but I didn't realize at the time how different our personalities could be. We all moved into a new house about the time of Janelle's wedding.
Oh, so about the time where Janelle's bank account got transferred into the family account, right?
Right. So I didn't feel like it was my house, but our house. When we were deciding who would get what bedroom, I offered Janelle the master bedroom, thinking it might be something special to have as a newlywed. Well, I took the small bedroom at the back of the house.
What a martyr Meri is. She's a saint.
I offered her the master bedroom because she was bringing in the lion's share of the rent.
Yeah.
Because she had a, what's that thing called?
Job.
Right.
Well, Meri also has a job at like, what was it? Like JCPenney? At the photo.
I thought that was before.
Oh, Things Engraved. She definitely worked at like an engraving place.
Things Remembered.
And then Kody sold the billboard ones.
All right. I didn't realize that Janelle wasn't the type to speak up for what she needed. So I don't know whether this was something that was important to her or even appreciated. I assumed that Janelle would feel free to behave with Kody the same way as I was with him. And I didn't realize I needed to change my behavior sometimes as well, because I'm a widow girl. I don't know how to interpret people's feelings.
I'm so innocent with my dead tooth. Sorry, she's such a bitch. I don't care. We got bananas in the background. She can fuck off. Sorry.
Right. The biggest mistake we made when we married... the biggest mistake we made when we married Janelle was us all moving into a house together and not giving Janelle and me the space we needed to develop and nurture our own relationships with Kody. Their whole thing. We're in season what right now?
We're about to go into 18. Where we go one, we go
no. Oh, we're recapping.
Oh,
season 4, 6?
6, yeah.
And this entire time, they're like, no, we've always been in one house. We have to be in one house. That's the only way it works. And here she's like, I mean, the biggest mistake we made was moving into the same house together. Like, obviously, we need to be apart and have our own space. God, snip, snap, flip, flop, flip, flop. Do they have any idea the emotional toll that a lying sister, wife, polygamous family has on a person? Having us all in the same house brought Janelle face to face on a daily basis with the romantic relationship Kody and I had. We were too naive to hide our affection from each other from Janelle. No, you weren't, you bitch. And I'm afraid to say that she was confronted by our intimacy regularly, which I'm sure was both painful and awkward. I mean, at times, Kody and I would hold hands or hug each other in front of Janelle, leaving her in what was probably a very uncomfortable situation.
But she's making it seem like they were just like, mwah. But like Remember when the day that Robyn was getting married and it shows Meri and Kody and she's like getting him ready
Walking
and they're
to the
like,
car.
no, they're like in
Oh,
her bedroom
yes.
and Leon's standing behind them like, do you
And
guys
they're
know that I'm
giggling
here? And they're like horny.
about bringing another
Yeah.
wife.
But Meri, it's a power move on Meri's part.
Yeah. Oh,
She's like,
absolutely.
I'm gonna get you all horned up for me, and then now you have to go to Robyn. All right.
Okay, pass gas.
Did you just end with uncomfortable situation?
Yeah, although Janelle
is by no. Oh, sorry.
She's
I thought
such
she
a
was going somewhere
bitch.
else with this. Yeah. Although Janelle is by no means as physically affectionate, I really thought she was going to say physically fit or something like that. I was nervous when I saw that physical, babe. Janelle is by no means as physically affectionate a person as I am. It was not healthy or fair for her to see the affection I shared with Kody. I'm sure this led to hard feelings toward me.
Yeah,
I think so. Living together from the start ultimately shortchanged the 3 relationships we were trying to develop and maintain. Another reason that Kody and Janelle had different difficulties laying the foundation for their marriage during the first year was that they were essentially living under a veil of secrecy because polygamy is illegal, because it's a bad idea and it's abusive to women. I just wanted to reiterate that.
Yeah.
Kody was simply unable to acknowledge Janelle as his wife outside of our church community. We were very quiet and private when it came to our family life, which I'm sure didn't help Janelle feel secure in her position in our family. When we went out together somewhere other than church associations, all those dances, the dancing.
So much fun. They were lit.
And like leading those like weird, like trail rides or like extreme. Cody's making it seem like they're doing what's that called? The mutter, like a tough mutter competition. And really they're just hiking through the woods.
Spartan races. Yeah.
Yeah. Carling did a tough mutter one time.
I'm trying to think if I would like that or not.
I'd be fine jumping into the mud.
When I get back in shape. Sorry.
Yeah,
me. Trying to keep a straight face
in shape. Back in shape.
Right.
Okay. We were very quiet. When we went out together, other than church associations, we always introduced Janelle as Kody's sister, which honestly probably in the bloodline is true. And actually it is true. They're step siblings.
Yep.
So that works out perfectly. You're not lying.
Mm-hmm.
I remember on more than one occasion that Kody, Janelle, and I had a conversation about how to explain who Janelle was. Kody and I already lived and worked in the small community in Wyoming, when Janelle joined the family. So it was Janelle whom we felt we needed to explain. That was a really weird sentence that ran on for too long.
Yeah.
And was unnecessary. Looking back, I realized it wasn't fair to Kody and Janelle's relationship to refer to her as his sister, even though they are literally brother and sister, and their bloodlines probably are connected.
God,
do you know?
She's so stupid. Like she's never known how to explain polygamy before. She grew up in it. God.
And everyone knows that you're Mormons. Did you know that Mindy, you know Mindy, Las Vegas nanny, Robyn's niece? I went on a whole deep dive of this. Mindy's last name is Jessup. So she's also like the cousin of her husband. Mindy's more related to her ex-husband than she is to Robyn, but she's related to both of them.
I could see
and that's why
that.
Mindy. I mean, there's no seeing
Mindy's
it. That's true.
Dad is a Jessup.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It's like an aunt. There's something, but all of their. That's why they all fucking look alike. That's why Robyn looks exactly like Kody's mom somehow. Handsome woman.
Very handsome woman.
I mean, Robyn's always been pretty handsome. She's got a strong jaw. That quagmire jaw. Okay. Since Janelle's mom was married to Kody's dad, it seemed to be a reasonable explanation. Yeah. Because it's true.
Oh, there's that too.
Yeah, there's that too. And it always seemed as if Janelle was okay with this reference because Janelle's not going to tell you. She's just exhausted. She's working 70 hours a fucking week.
Yeah. She doesn't have time for this. Right.
She's going to let it build up until season 12 when they finally go to a counselor together. I always felt a bit uncomfortable referring to her this way, but she and Kody seemed to be okay with it. So I played along. I believed it did a major disservice to Kody and Janelle's marriage. Pass.
Oh my gosh. So innocent. She just had no idea, Amanda. She was just trying to be nice. After Kody married Janelle, I went through a sort of separation anxiety. I miss the privacy of our old situation, the luxury of making a romantic dinner for just Kody and myself whenever I wanted, or renting a good movie and curling up on the couch together. These are the things you simply cannot do with another wife, Amanda, when they enter the picture and living in the same house. It can be perceived as preferential treatment, and that is just not okay in a plural marriage. This anxiety put a strain on Kody's and my relationship and made me at times act unfairly to both him and Janelle. Again, she's acting like she's so naive, like she had no idea this is how polygamy can be.
Looking
Really?
back, it was pretty mean what we did to her there. That was kind of fucked up. Looking back, though.
I have to admit that I didn't always handle the stretch of the new situation as I should have. I didn't know how to hold back or temper my opinions. I'm a very direct person. And when I have a strong opinion about something, I can be a little harsh.
Just a little.
Since I see things in black and white, I have a habit of phrasing things in a way that can come across as aggressive. Oh, here we go with the barking. Take over.
You need to get back in that office. What?
Okay. You guys are going to hear the barking then. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm getting back into the office as quickly as I can. Okay. Janelle, on the other hand, is quite not confrontational and seems to have a hard time being honest with herself or with others about her feelings. That's not fair to say that.
I think she's truthful with people that she trusts, not you.
Yeah. I tell Janelle that this is how it needs to be. And I didn't realize I was offering her no space to voice her own concerns.
How could you ever say that? I mean, other than your kids, could you turn to another adult and be like, this is just how it is. This is how it's supposed to be.
God, no. I apologize for breathing and existing and taking up space. I didn't realize, I didn't intend to be mean. I wasn't even aware that I was coming across that way. I was being honest with my thoughts and feelings and just assumed she would do the same. No, bitch, this is a classic housewives move. I'm just being honest.
Being honest.
No, it doesn't give you a right to be a bitch, though. Okay. All right. Sorry. I remember having conversations with her many times concerning everything from how the house should be decorated to how the finances should be handled.
You're not allowed to have an opinion about that, Mare.
I would tell her how I thought the situation should be taken care of, and because I had that type of personality, Linda, I just assumed she would voice her opinion as well. What I would find out later through Kody, that there was an issue or a disagreement. I was so upset that she didn't tell me her opinions or thoughts while we were having the discussion. I felt as if she was lying to me, and I felt betrayed by this. I thought we were in this marriage together to have a close, if not completely open relationship, and didn't understand why she wouldn't communicate honestly with me when that's what I was trying to do with her. I hadn't yet learned how to be softer in the delivery of my words and not so overbearing. Sorry.
She still hasn't. She's very Amber. Okay, naturally, the tentative friendship I had with Janelle deteriorated even more in the months following her marriage to Kody. I had hoped that with her and the family, we would be able to work on improving our relationship. I wanted, and almost expected, to have a special sister-wife bond with Janelle. I realized early on, however, that wouldn't be the case. Janelle seemed very reserved toward me as far as becoming close friends. I felt that I had to accept that we wouldn't have the close sister-wife relationship that I'd always hoped for. To make things worse, Kody had taken a job setting up new accounts for Shuns frozen foods, which required him to be on the road for long stretches of time. I think that's a made-up company. I think he's just getting his pencil wet out there.
No, they're Schwans.
Oh.
Okay. It's like, did you ever have market days growing up? Like market day, you would order like, okay. So Schwans is just like you get like a little catalog, it's frozen food, and then the truck comes to your house and they deliver it to you. It's like a Costco on wheels, basically. It exists.
All right.
Yeah. I've never gotten it, but it does exist.
Okay, was I reading? Yes. Schwann's frozen fruit, which required him to be on the road for long stretches of time. This left Janelle and me at home with our growing list of complaints against each other. Since Kody was new to the principle and the practice of plural marriage, he had no idea how to negotiate between the two of us. Well, he should have been more patriarchal, I guess. I knew he was aware of the tension between us and did his best to deal with it, but we were all going to have to sort out our new roles and learn how to live together and love one another. During the early years of our plural family, there were many emotions rolling around among all of us. Mostly, I feel safe to say, between Janelle and me. In living plural marriage, you definitely have to go through a huge learning curve. Janelle and I had a lot of rough times in those early years. We both did and said things to each other that I'm sure we would like to forget. There was a lot of past history, things that I won't talk about in specifics in public, out of respect for Janelle. Sure. She doesn't want to admit that she was a huge cunt and Janelle really didn't do anything.
We're just not going to rehash everything.
Don't worry about
water
it.
under the bridge.
Out of respect for Janelle, though,
yeah,
she would be embarrassed.
There's no need. Why do that?
Right. My desire to protect and my desire to protect Janelle. Even now, we still struggle with the residue of those early years. I truly hope that Janelle and I can work through some of those haunting issues of the past so they will stop recurring in our lives. Someday, when we're both ready, I hope it will happen. While Janelle, through no fault of her own, but brought a level of tension to the house, Janelle brought the tension. She always brought her own strength. Again, my first, if you listen to Polygamist's Wedding on TRP, a lot of people's favorite episode, check it out. You have to actually be a subscriber to TRP for the back episodes, but anyway, $4 a month, worth it. My first impression of Janelle was that she's the jolly one.
Jolly. Yep.
Jolly. But Janelle brought the tension. She enters a room and it's just, you can cut it with a knife. She also brought her own strengths to the marriage, though. Kody was busy with his job at
Well, I mean, we've seen her. We saw her carry that 9x12 Persian rug slung over her shoulder after the My Sister Wives Closet Expo.
Yeah.
I mean, strong woman. She's got strengths. That's right. Okay.
Janelle urged me to apply for the job as an engraver at a trophy company. There you go. Janelle's like, "Hey, Meri, you wanna maybe go and get a job?" Like, yeah, this is what my mom does. She sends me job listings every day. I'm like, I need you to just accept the fact that that podcasting is a job. I make like she will not accept it because in her brain you need to like leave the house and like.
Yeah,
have a shit time at work.
Well, in Canada, you get like benefits, you get like free money and all that stuff. So it's not even like she could be like, "Oh, but there's benefits." And do you guys have like 401ks and stuff? Or
yeah, we have RSPs.
I feel like Canada's just like, "Yay, you're 50. Here's a couple 100,000. You don't need to work anymore.
You're retired. We'll just take care of you your whole life."
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
it's not exactly like that. But, okay, but eventually, okay. Janelle urged me to apply for the job, a job I would hold for 10 years, Jody. It's pretty good.
It's probably the longest stretch anyone had a job.
I've never had a job.
Give it to him.
Eventually, moments like that would help us appreciate what our relationship could be. The most difficult emotional battle I would face during the first year after Janelle joined our family was when she got pregnant. Okay, I feel bad for Meri there. Kody and I had been married for 3 years, and naturally, we'd been trying to conceive, but we had no success. So when Janelle conceived before I did, I was pretty devastated, even though deep down, I had expected it. Pass.
That's really sad. I could immediately see how thrilled Kody was by Janelle's news. Well, I try to be as happy as possible about the first child coming into the Brown family. I felt betrayed by my own body. It had let me down and made me feel like both a disappointment and a failure. I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. So I turned inward and started to withdraw from Kody and Janelle.
Well, if you listen to what Peyton said, Peyton, in fact, said in his interview that, isn't it weird how like Meri's like such a piece of shit and God only let her have one child and that child can never produce babies for her now? Peyton said that on that John Yates interview.
Whoa.
That's his take on this.
That's harsh. Ouch.
Yeah. Thanks for that message to all the barren women out there, Peyton. God didn't want you for this to happen.
I would love if Peyton were just like impotent or something. Oh, that's gross.
Yeah, I think he's a virgin.
No, remember he went and got what do you say, like condoms and lube?
Yeah, but buying condoms
I can't.
it doesn't make you not a virgin. Come on now.
Okay, I don't even want to think about it. Okay. I could immediately see, did I already? Oh, sorry. I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me, so I turned inward and started to withdraw from Kody and Janelle. At the time of Janelle's pregnancy with her first child, Logan, I think it is, Kody decided to pursue a courtship with Christine. God, like he needs something new and fast and fun. It's boom, boom, boom. Like he needs something
whenever they
new,
become pregnant. Yep.
No, wait, hold on. It's as soon as a wife gets some attention on her. So now they've gotten married. Janelle's getting attention because she's pregnant. So now Kody needs more attention on him because it's going to go towards Janelle and the baby.
Yep.
We all had become friends soon after Kody and I got married. Somehow in the back of my mind, this courtship had always seemed inevitable. Kody's courtship with Christine was much more difficult with me than it was with Janelle. I wonder why. Oh, because she saw Christine as a threat. I never felt that Janelle threatened the overall happiness Kody and I shared because she was busted.
So this makes more sense for the nachos incident because I bet Meri really fed into that.
Oh yeah,
there was
sure.
Kody. There was chili and cheese everywhere. Kody, that's my car. Yeah, Meri. They talked like she completely made him think it was worse than it was.
Kody and Janelle were friends. Very close friends. I knew Kody loved Janelle, but it was a totally different way than he loved me because she was like fat and uglier than I am. Yeah. You wish, Meri. The delusion that Meri actually thought that. Yeah. God. Around her, he never behaved in the silly romantic way he did with me.
God, Meri,
I found this reassuring. How many times is she going to say this?
Yeah, I know. She has nothing else to say.
How awful she was in person at this time. Terrible. My God. When Janelle came into our family, the day-to-day nature of my marriage with Kody changed, but our relationship stayed the same. Despite having added a second wife to our lives, I never felt that Kody loved me any less than the day we were married.
Yeah, you seem really secure there that you were you were planning on like going to an unnamed hotel room
and pout
and just and binging on reality TV, which is pretty much my life.
With Christine, however, things were different. Christine was cute and energetic. She was young and girly and quite flirtatious.
And also fatter than me, so I liked her.
She's still a little chubbier. I had always suspected that Kody was more than a little smitten with her. And when they began to court, I could immediately sense that Kody was not just smitten, but in love.
Well, not according to Kody.
The two of them glowed around each other. They had fun with each other and loved to goof off together. Where Kody and Janelle's courtship had been less outwardly romantic, this new relationship was grounded in an undeniable emotional and physical attraction because she was also very young. When Kody proposed to Christine, I suddenly felt as if I were less important to him than I had been before. I felt threatened by their relationship and the friendship they built over the first 3 years of my marriage to Kody. Although she was our mutual friend, I always knew that Kody was somewhat taken with Christine. Kody seemed much more engaged with Christine than he had been with Janelle. I think that he had learned from the experience of bringing Janelle into the family how he needed to behave with Christine, how much more expressive and responsive he had to be to her needs and wants. He had gained knowledge from his relationship with Janelle and seemed much wiser when it came to courting Christine. He also seemed more devoted to the cause. At least that's how it appeared to me. It cemented my feelings of inadequacy in our relationship when Kody called me only once while he and Christine were away on their honeymoon. Yeah, well, don't worry, because he was too busy calling her fat.
Right. And he was too busy not talking to her and just listening to the Phantom of the Opera soundtrack.
Hey, thank you, Lorraine.
Oh, yeah, guys.
And Janelle is a saint.
Yeah.
Pass gas.
Latrice has entered the chat, by the way. Little schmuggle. Hello? Say something.
I said pass gas.
Oh, okay. No, you weren't. You didn't respond to
I'm muting myself. I'm trying to be very polite in the chat, Amanda.
Oh, because
they're Canadian.
Let me get.
Well, can you hear Forrest? Can you hear the other dog? That's the dog that I try to save from the cold, by the way.
Oh, the German Shepherd, the one that pushed you down the stairs. The breed that pushed you down the
He
stairs.
looks very close. I mean, I think he's friendly, but I never get too close. I just like throw him a treat over the fence.
Are we at when Christine came into our family? Yes.
Yes, Amanda.
When Christine came into our family, she chose to live in a different house rather than squeeze into the same house that Janelle and I shared. She wanted her own experience with Kody before joining the family experience. So she moved into a small cottage nearby. Where's that money coming from? Christine's family is like royalty, though, right?
I was just gonna say, Christine's family might have money. Also, I wonder what this cottage looked like. I mean, it was probably like totally busted.
Yeah. It might have just been like a mobile home.
Oh, that's terrible. No one should live in those.
No
remember?
one.
No one.
Even though this meant Kody would be spending several nights a week out of our house, it seemed like a healthier and more reasonable choice for everyone. Yeah, I think the best choice is to leave Meri and Janelle in the house alone together for most of the time. That's really gonna
Figure it out.
Just knock it out. Although I had a hard time with Kody and Christine's courtship, I was surprised by how easily I became friends with Christine. Well, yeah, because everyone likes Christine because she's a nice, good person.
She lights up a room.
Right.
Yep.
Careful. Of course, this didn't happen overnight, but her fun and outgoing personality livened up the mood in our house. Hello? Hello?
I couldn't hear you.
I don't know what happened there. It went on mute. I think my book slammed against this. What did you last hear me say?
I don't know. I was like, oh God, I did something wrong. She's been, oh, look, oh, okay. It wasn't just me. Yeah, your sound went out. Everyone's saying they couldn't hear you.
My Latrice moved and then my book slammed into my mic and it like wiggled the cord because everything can't fucking touch anything around here. Okay, let's just go back. She's best friends with Christine.
Sure.
Livened up the mood in our household. Eventually, Christine and I discovered that we shared the same predilection for silliness. Never heard that word before. No way in hell Meri knows that word. And no way. Predilection for predilection. Is that how you'd say that?
I'm trying to find. Yeah.
For silliness, silly. Meri is pretty silly. And we almost always managed to embarrass Janelle with our antics. I'm sure Janelle loved that.
Well, that's true. I mean, we've seen how she loves a Brown family dance party.
Or an inside joke.
Smash
Yeah, or
mob.
making her the butt of the joke. Meri sucks.
Yeah,
All right.
she's horrible. Oh, okay.
Oh, pass.
Gas. Okay. Although Christine and I had a much easier relationship than I had with Janelle, I couldn't help my disappointment when she too became pregnant. Nearly 5 years into my marriage with Kody, I was beginning to worry that I'd never have a baby. When Christine was 4 months pregnant with her
So
first
at that
child,
point, isn't that the point they should have gone for the fertility testing and stuff?
they probably didn't have the money for it.
Well,
I don't know.
seems like that should be paid
What
for by
does
the
Latrice
government.
think?
But Latrice, Treasy, what do you think? Hey.
Oh God! Oh my God!
She hates when I flip her off. She like knows what it means. Now she's leaving. All right.
My period was a little late, but that was nothing out of the ordinary for me. I don't like thinking about Meri's period, by the way. Still, he wouldn't let the subject drop. Eventually, I agreed and took the test. I absolutely could not believe it when the little stripe on the stick told me I was pregnant. I was certain the test had made a mistake, but it hadn't. I could barely contain my joy. Oh, good. So she got to like steal Christine's thunder a little bit.
Yeah. She actually said she was disappointed when Christine was pregnant. Disappointed.
Yeah. The next morning, Janelle and I drove to Christine's house to pick her up and her and Kody up for lunch. I was struggling to hide my excitement, Michael. I couldn't wait to share the news with Kody.
Totally wants to
but
steal
I
the thunder.
had to. I wanted to tell him about our baby privately, but not blurt it out in front of everyone in the car. Sometime in the middle of church, Kody remembered the pregnancy test. He got my attention and shot a knowing glance down to my stomach.
Ugh.
At first, I tried to ignore him, but he kept looking at my belly. Do you think he was like, my tacos? Like, I'm gonna go. Like,
No, I
is your
think
tummy belly too?
No, I think
He
Meri.
loves doing this in front of the other wives.
Yeah,
Like,
and I think
making
Meri
the
made
other
it
wives
pretty
jealous.
obvious. Meri's like, oh, ooh, yeah,
And Robyn was
rubbing
like,
her belly.
Kody and I did this. He put
Meri's
it in
walking
me.
around with her arm behind her back like
Oh,
this at like 3
totally.
weeks pregnant.
Like,
Yeah.
Markle, like just. Okay, at first I tried to ignore him, but he kept looking at my belly. Finally, I just nodded. The most enormous smile I'd ever seen burst out on Kody's face, and his eyes welled up with tears of joy. Kody and I were beside ourselves with happiness. The very thing we've been hoping for since we got married had finally happened. We were going to have our first child. The only thing that tempered my joy a little bit was knowing that Christine was going to have a hard time with my pregnancy. She was new to the family and 4 months pregnant with her first child. And now here I was after a 5-year struggle. I was carrying a miracle baby. I was afraid that a lot of the focus
Of
would
course,
shift
that's how
to
she
the
spins
baby.
this, that her baby is the miracle baby. Like
Yep.
Leon is the most special baby because, I mean, it took us this long. It's a miracle. God wanted this.
Like, obviously, Christine is going to hate me because, like, Jesus put it in
Sorry.
there. Yeah.
How old is Leon? They're the same age as Madison.
Yeah, they're
No.
all kind of in that same age.
They
Maybe by a
graduate. Oh,
year?
Aspen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't blame her for being slightly resentful that I stole her thunder. I tried not to dwell on it. I was so
you didn't?
excited and happy that I'd finally gotten what I'd always wanted. She is outrageously a bitch.
Now, how should we go about
Fine.
reading Leon's name? Do you just want to? Let's just say Leon when it says Mariah.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. We will do our best, you guys.
I feel more
okay?
comfortable with that. Yeah.
Do you want to take it from here?
Yeah, sure. After Leon was born, I was certain that I was going to have more children. My entire life, I'd always wanted 8 kids. Are you a fucking psychopath? What is wrong with you? In fact, when Kody and I started dating, this was something we talked about on a regular basis. But once I had Leon, my body didn't want to give me any more children. Kody and I tried everything to help me conceive, from medical doctors to holistic healers, but nothing worked. The most difficult thing for me was knowing that the fertility problem lay with me, not with Kody. Ugh, that is annoying. And that's one of his biggest flexes is look at all my kids. Look how easy it is for me to like just get it off. Since Janelle and Christine got pregnant so often and so easily, it was clear that Kody had no problem fathering children. Well, yeah, he doesn't have a problem fathering them. He has a problem parenting.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, but fathering them, yes. Sperm donation, no problem. Kody never once made me feel bad for the fact that I wasn't able to get pregnant again. Yet I sometimes couldn't help but feel that my sister wives used their pregnancies to validate their marriages to Kody in a way that I couldn't. I know they never intentionally flaunted their fertility, but because I struggled so much with my infertility issues, I often wondered what place I had in the family. When Leon was 12 years old, I'd pretty much given up all hope of having another child. Then, completely out of the blue, I got pregnant again. My joy, however, was short-lived, and I lost the baby after only a couple of months. I was devastated. My body simply didn't want to have any more children. I was blessed with one, and I would have to be content with that. There would be no more bebés in my future. During the 12 years between Leon's birth and my second unsuccessful pregnancy, our family went through a lot of growing pains. I know that Janelle struggled to find her path in our midst and was always on the lookout for a way to assert her own identity in such a large family with 3 wives and 12 children. We had to learn to work together and to make decisions in a way that put our family first. The root of many of our problems stemmed from 2 issues: our living situation and Kody's job. Kody was often employed in positions that required him to travel a lot, which would essentially leave the 3 wives behind, functioning as single mothers. During a period when he was on the road a lot, I don't really believe he had an important job like that. I think this is all bullshit.
I'm muted. Sorry. I was just going to say the same thing. I'm sorry.
I was
I'm
like,
trying to be like a good co-host and mute myself. Also, I just raised my desk. So if I just like,
oh yeah, no, I can see your whole shirt. Yeah.
I need a stand.
Boobs.
So
you've good boobs, babe.
Booms. It's the Michael
Boob.
Scott.
Yeah.
Welcome to
Boobs.
my all 5 boobs. No, okay. I still think, remember when Robin's like, oh, I know he goes to see him. I know he does. Because he leaves the house and he's gone for
He
hours.
goes.
I really think he has like a gambler energy to me. Like that he just drives
He's doing
around, he
shady
keeps himself
shit.
busy. Then he goes to the casino, tries to gamble and be like, okay, I'm just like one big win away from a jackpot. And
Yeah.
then we can buy Coyote Pass. He just has that energy. Okay, sorry. Where were you?
During a period, although she and I had been struggling during a period when he was on the road a lot, Janelle moved into her own house. Janelle's like, get me the fuck out of here.
Yep.
Although she and I had been struggling under one roof for nearly 10 years, the separation of our children was difficult. For the most part, we hid our lifestyles from the public. Yet there were people who were aware that we were a polygamous family. Some of these people would refer to Kody and his families. This always rubbed me the wrong way. Despite our differences, we were one big family who happened to be divided into 3 different houses. This is like Nick Cannon's family, basically.
God, careful, Amanda.
Our separation was causing an identity crisis. How can you be one unit if you are living apart? How can Kody be the best dad possible if he isn't present for all of his children all the time? Oh, the answer, he can't. It's impossible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Also, why is it offensive saying Kody and his families? I don't think that's like
because they're one family
bad.
where they go one, they go all, Jody.
Okay, she's just looking for something to bitch about.
I know, always.
During this time, Janelle and I both had jobs. What?
Weird.
Wow. Okay, Janelle and I both had jobs while Christine took care of the majority of daycare and homeschooling. Eventually, Kody found a job in Utah. It should just be eventually Kody found a job.
A real job.
In Utah that didn't require any travel. This meant that he would be present in our children's lives on a much more regular basis. While this was a major and important development in our lives, what really changed our situation and brought us together as a family was when we found a house in which our entire family could live together under one roof. The house had formerly belonged to a polygamous family. It was a large home divided into 3 separate yet attached apartments, one for each wife. This was the perfect solution to many of our struggles. It joined us into one unshakable family. The big house allowed us to forge and cement our identity as a family, unless the kids walked through my apartment and then I would throw a bitch fit because I'm
also,
a huge.
She happens to have left out the fun little fact that they moved and Janelle stayed in Wyoming for over a year.
And then how did they buy this big house again?
Oh yeah, she left that out too.
Okay, just making sure. This house allowed Kody to be at home more with his kids every night. He would be able to see all his children equally.
Well, yeah,
in other words, if Kody was to be at my house on a particular night, he would still be able to see Janelle and Christine's kids, tuck them in and do all the fatherly things he would have been impossible for him to do if we'd been still living in separate houses. Around this time, I really started coming to terms with the fact that there were no more biological kids in my future. However, now that we were living in one house, I was able to come to a deeper appreciation of the blessings that plural marriage has provided to me. While I cannot have any more children of my own, I have been able, through my sister wives, to give Leon many brothers and sisters. They have siblings their age, peers with whom they can share all the experiences.
Good job navigating that sentence there with all the pronouns. I'm impressed. That sounded very natural.
Like a bead of sweat like dripped down onto the book.
It's like I looked ahead and I was like, "Oh God, you did it! Good for you."
Okay, I'm not through yet, babe. As well as siblings who are younger and look up to them. If I hadn't chosen polygamy, if I hadn't been called to it and listened to that call, I would never have achieved a large family I'd always dreamed of having. Plural marriage has blessed me with what my body denied me. I have a wonderful relationship with all of the kids in our family.
Not according to them.
Dios mío. Little bunching. Naturally, with so many children, I'm closer to some of them than others. It's hard to describe my relationship to all the children who are not biologically mine. I have been an essential part of their upbringing, Amanda, in the same way that Janelle and Christine have been a part of Leon's. I may not be their biological mother, but I am a mother to them. To Madison begs to differ.
Yeah, and so does So does McKelty and Payton. Since I have more time on my hands and since my living area is always quite a bit more peaceful than the others, I'm the mom the kids come to when they want a little quiet time away from their siblings. They call it Meri time. I feel like that's what Meri thinks that they're calling it, but like between in the rumor mill, Meri time they're like, oh God, like Meri time.
Oh, it's like when Christine's trying to get the babies to sleep. She's like, go to Mary's. And they're like, whoa. Like,
yep.
Like, I want to go to Mary's.
It's a wonderful feeling knowing there is a huge pack of children who love me and want to hang out and have fun with me. Yeah, she's just like Kody.
Okay,
it's all the little kids.
It's about me.
It's about Meri.
Not that like I get to love them and unconditional love back and forth and teach these kids. And it's about her.
Yeah. It's like when Janelle on Teen Mom or Leah, whenever their kids come back to them after being with their dads, they all go, did you miss me? Did you miss me? Not I missed you. Anyway, Meri time. It's a wonderful feeling knowing there is a huge pack of children who love me and want to hang out and have fun with me. When we moved into the Biggie Housey in Utah, the one featured on the first season of Sister Wives, it was time to start working through a lot of my difficulties with Janelle, because she was finally moving back home with us. We are both incredibly devoted to our family and our faith. And despite our differences, we are committed to creating the best, safest, and warmest environment for our kids. Often people ask if I'd been friends with my sister wives if I'd be friends with my sister wives if they aren't married to my husband. This is a difficult question, but goes a long way to understanding the nature of sister wives. Janelle and I are very different people. We see the world in opposite ways and handle situations in entirely different manners. I'm sure if we weren't married to Kody, our friendship wouldn't have gone past basic cordiality. But since we share a husband, a lot of our differences are brought out into the open, and confrontation is impossible to avoid because, Meri cannot avoid confrontation. And Janelle sees the world in a way where you have social decency and are polite to people.
Like sometimes you do just have to keep your feelings to yourself.
Yeah, or
you
say
have
something.
To say everything.
You say something nicer than how you first hear it in your head.
You
kind of sugarcoat stuff. The nature of our singular relationship has forced us to confront those differences and examine the way we treat each other. While it's true that Janelle and I each chose to marry Kody, we weren't truly aware of the relationship and struggles that lay ahead. Because of our commitment to our family, we have to find a path down which we can travel together. One of the many benefits of polygamy is that you grow in the religion. As you grow in the religion, you are forced to examine yourself and your treatment of others. Well, it worked out great for Meri after 30 years. She still treats people the exact same. Look at her lives. Especially your sister wives, with whom you often have complicated relationships. Polygamists and polygamous families are often works in progress. Janelle and I have never had a close relationship. We don't gossip on the phone or grab lunch in our free time. I don't think that we will ever sit down and tell each other our deep, dark secrets, but we are family. And for that reason, we love each other. Okay, girl.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, Jody's in a different room. Yeah, it was a whole thing. Yeah. We've worked hard to develop a good and functional relationship because we've come to understand that this is what is best for the family. And when it comes to family, we share the same values. We are not just good with each other's kids, we absolutely love each one of them. We are devoted to our lifestyle and to the hard work we've convinced it takes to make it work. We've learned that there will always be bumps in the road, but the work is certainly worth it. All right, you pass. You
sure, Meri. On February 6, 2006, my younger sister Teresa passed away after an 11-month battle with colon cancer. This was an unbelievably difficult experience for me, but it forced me to confront my own mortality. It made me realize that should something happen to me, there would be 2, and now 3 women in Leon's life who would raise them in precisely the way I would have wished. They would be loved and cared for by a stable and miraculous family. For me, there could be no greater blessing. That's actually very sweet. Despite the fact that our living situation and Kody's work situation stabilized, I still felt the need to carve out my own space in the boisterous and often chaotic Brown family. Since I only have one child, I often felt slighted in family decisions. Although I voiced my opinions perhaps a little too aggressively, I still felt as if I wasn't being taken into consideration. Okay, Meri, like, but you cannot use that in every single situation as a poor me thing. And also, you're from a polygamous family. You know it's going to be loud and boisterous and chaotic with tons of kids.
Yeah. What
did you think you were getting into? It's easy to lose yourself in a big family. When we lived in Wyoming, when the older kids were young, Christine and I homeschooled them and handled the household upkeep. While Janelle was working full time, Christine and I each worked part time so that at least one of us moms could be home with the kids all the time. When we moved back to Utah, when Leon was 10, I started working immediately while Christine took on the duty of the homemaker mom. I realized that while nothing trumps my commitment to the family, it's important to have things that I can do myself and for myself. So it sounds like Janelle and Meri were like, thank God, like I got to get out of the house and do my own thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Christine is the one called princess for raising all 15 kids.
She played games. She treated them like dirt from the beginning.
And not only raised them from infants, like 6 weeks maternity leave, she was also homeschooling all of them. Unbelievable. Over time, my insecurity about only having one child grew. As Leon got older, was more independent, I began to wonder how important I was to the everyday goings-on of our family.
Oh my gosh.
I began to wonder if it would even matter if I wasn't around. I never really considered leaving, but was anxious about my place and function in our daily lives. I felt insignificant to myself and definitely to Janelle and Christine. To me, it didn't even seem as if they saw any point of me being part of the family. I knew that I would have to make some changes if I were to regain my own identity and happiness. This is a you problem, Meri. Sorry, they're a little bit working and raising kids to be,
and all the kids could sense like, what's wrong with Meri? Why is she like moping around so much?
Because it's not all about her. I had always wanted to go off to college, but since Kody and I married so young, I didn't give myself the chance. However, I didn't want to start school unless I had a clear idea of what I wanted to do. My family often jokes about my sudden intuitive ideas they call popcorn thoughts.
That's a good one. All these women, it basically means like women, when women have like a thought, it's a popcorn thought. Don't let yourself even hear it.
So stupid.
Jesus.
One morning as I was getting ready for work, I had one of these so-called popcorn thoughts. I had the notion that I was going to work with at-risk youth. It completely surprised me. And I tried to push that stupid thought aside. But as the days and weeks passed and the thought kept nagging me, I figured that I should pay attention to it.
There you go.
Yep, that's your past gas signal.
Finally, I told Kody about it. At first, I don't think he understood how serious I was about it because, women don't go. Women
don't
no
go
education.
Chasing thoughts in your head. That's what it should be.
Popcorn thoughts. Popcorn. However, the idea didn't disappear. I began to realize I needed an outlet outside of the family. I really wanted to do something for myself, as well as something that would help others. I think that the fact that I had only one child, God, she really is honing it. Like, what if you're Leon?
God.
It's like, okay, sorry.
We feel bad for you, but this
I'm the miracle
be
child.
An everyday thing that we have to be like, I'm so sorry. God.
Which made me feel at times less significant than my sister wives, really propelled me to search for something that would fulfill me. When I enrolled at Utah Valley University and took classes in counseling, Kody finally realized how committed I was to this new career. Both he and my sister wives were very encouraging. Everyone helped out as I balanced the demands of my new course load against those of my job and family. Eventually, I got a job working with the residential staff at a treatment center for troubled teens. I was incredibly satisfied with my job. I was eager to get my degree and start working as a counselor myself. I think that due to the space that each of us wives had for ourselves, coupled with how easy it was to come together as a large family unit in our new home, things had stabilized in our household. We had all become used to one another's quirks and differences. We all had a maturity about us. Because of our age, mid-20s, and the length of time we had been together as a family raising our kids. Not all of the relationships in the house were fully functional, but we had learned how to put aside minor disagreements for the greater good. I think the fact that Janelle and I were both happy in our professions and Christine seemed to be doing a great job at home really added to the general happy attitude in the home. After 16 years, and 13 kids. Kody, Janelle, Christine, and I had figured out who we were as a family and how to make things work. And then Robyn came along and destroyed everything that we took 16 years to accomplish. We were a well-oiled unit, and we could see that it's reflected in our children's happiness. Although the Brown family was functioning, my relationship with Kody was floundering. After nearly 20 years of marriage, issues that we had left to simmer had begun to boil over. Pass.
I don't know why. Okay, hopefully you guys think it's still funny in the Brown family. Every time
no one's complained about it yet.
It gives me the giggles. Okay. Around the time that Kody and I were suffering through this low point of our marriage, we decided to take a drive together. Oh my God, careful with the drives, Kody. Jeez. He loves going on drives. Long,
he does.
Impromptu road trips. It was a particularly good day for us as we'd been working on improving our relationship and the communication between us. We were passing by our friend Reba's house.
Welcome! Come on in. Come on in. I got some iced tea brewing for you.
We stopped to say hello. A young woman, Reba's cousin, was outside loading her children into a van in order to drive back home to southern Utah. We started chatting. I felt an immediate connection in my loins to her. After we drove away, I was instantly struck by one of my popcorn thoughts. This woman is someone who will be in our lives and in my pants. Of course, that woman was Robyn. I shared my thoughts with Kody that night, which was the first step on the path of welcoming her into our family. Until that time, I wasn't sure if Kody would ever marry again. If he did, I would have never imagined my being so closely involved from the start. Bullshit. Okay, so this is what happens. She's like, oh, Kody and I are not getting along. How can I make him like me and love me again? Oh, I'll bring in the young hot wife.
Oh, yeah. That's been the consensus pretty much in the fan base.
She's the Eponine, right? She's the wing woman. Yep.
Now, do you want to stop here? Just because there's still like a lot of pages left. And I know you have to go buy a garbage.
Oh my gosh, we really do.
Yeah, I say we stop here.
Guys, it's a long chapter.
No, it's a really long chapter. And she's literally just repeating herself. We might have to split the next ones into half chapters each, but we're
split with Janelle and Meri. I'm sorry, you guys. But yeah, no, this is a long chapter. Weird. Meri has a lot to talk about.
We just met Robyn. We just met Reba. Hey, this is my niece Robyn. She's wonderful. She's gone through this terrible divorce.
Hey, Reba.
Kids, they're wonderful. Yeah,
Reba.
Yes.
Can we just do like an Ask Reba section?
Yeah, sure.
Lay
it on me. Lay it on me, kid.
Let's do an Ask Reba.
Hurry up! I don't got all day. I got to buy a garbage can for my basement.
For my basement reno. Hey, Reba, what's one of your favorite casserole recipes? If you could share with us.
Oh, I love a dump casserole. You can just throw it in there and then just walk away from it. You put whatever's in your house. You just throw it in there. Got cream and chicken soup, an entire cupboard full of them. Because no matter what you dump in there, you put the cream and chicken soup and cheddar cheese in there. You got a casserole.
Is Kanye West, Reba, are you saying Kanye West in our comments spamming? Is this the
hi Kanye? He just keeps writing Xbox. I actually think this might actually be Kanye.
We're blocking you. We're blocking you.
Kanye, we don't have time for your shit right now, all right?
Kanye is a huge Reba fan.
Oh, huge. Yeah. I'm sure Reba's a huge Kanye fan.
Hey Reba, one more question. Yeah. Can you well listen, I mean, I don't know if this is a little too spicy for the pod, but when you go play euchre with your gals.
Is that a card game of some kind?
Yeah. Okay. Bunko. Do you ever bring that better than sex cake? Oh, Reba.
Better than you mean wait, what's it called? My mom makes it.
Better than sex cake.
No, it's not better chocolate. No, it has the word sex. Sex in a pan is what we call it. It's got pudding and whipped cream. Sex in a pan. Yeah, I know. It's a little spicy, but people love it. I mean, it's the first thing to go when I bring it.
You. I think everyone's starstruck because no one's asking Reba anything in the comments here. Time's ticking, guy. Oh, Reba, do you have 3 jobs and love your kids and never stop?
No. Listen, I have 3 ex-husbands, and I'm kind of living off of that, and I'm very comfortable. I'm never marrying a man again. I'm very comfortable in my own life.
Do you have any advice for finding a successful relationship?
I mean, just be yourself, honey. That's all you got to do. You got to wake up in the morning and thank the Lord, go about your day, smell the roses, smoke some cigarettes, and drink whiskey. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, just in case we want to like pour one out for you, what is your your drink of choice and your brand of cigarettes so we can send you some?
I like a nice whiskey, but just like the really low brand one, like Alberta Premium.
Bottom shelf.
Yeah, bottom shelf right there.
Is that a Virginia Slim that you have right there?
No, it's a menthol. Obviously, I'm smoking a menthol. Parliament menthols. I don't know what prices of cigarettes are.
Sounds awful.
I was just trying to think of like the trashiest cigarette I could think.
Oh my
Unfiltered
God.
Camels. That's another good one too. All right. Well,
I mean, Reba was the highlight of the chat.
We'll interview Reba next week too.
One boot lamp up for Reba.
All right. Thank you, honey. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Hey guys, you know what to do. You gotta smash that like. Oh wait. Okay. Sorry. I think my.
And we just met Robyn. I'll put a bookmark in so that we know where we were, but we don't want to rush through this. We got time.
Yeah. So okay, this week coming up, we have we already recorded Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Body. Oof. We also are going to record High School Musical, the mockumentary, season 1, episode 1.
Sure. For TRP.
That's right. And then we are also going to recap the episode, the iconic Caramel episode, Christmas Surprise.
It's crazy that we thought of it. Oh God, we're gonna win. We're gonna win. It's crazy.
We're so bad.
Everyone, please smash that like and subscribe. It helps us. It gets us that extra cheese in our bank accounts.
That's
like
right.
A couple extra cents.
Yeah.
And if you want to leave us
a tip, share it. You know what to do. Listen to the pod. Leave a review. Make a comment.
And I need to open the door from my aunt and my cousin.
Auntie Debbie is like begging to get to work here, so we gotta go, guys.
I need to move that couch downstairs. All right, guys. Reba will be back next week, and we will see you then. Love you guys so much.
Say bye-bye, Reba.
Bye-bye, honey. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys. Adios, me.
Well, guys, it's been a blast. Thank you so much for joining us today on our We Love to Hate Everything channel. Please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Give us a like or even a comment, and click on that bell if you want notifications, because you never know when we might pop up and go live. Please check out our other 2 podcasts on Patreon, where we snark on even more TV, movies, and pop culture. We got Total Request Podcast. That's patreon.com/trpod. And We Love to Hate TV. Patreon.com/Love to Hate TV. Thanks again, and we will see you next time.